has intercepted Luther Richardson 4 times on the night. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mustangs, the past is the past. What we did as a tribe is behind us. I can think of what we did together that led to greatness. Brick by brick, it took everyone. Our tribe did this relentlessly. Not one, not two,
leading 14, Laws, pass, intercepted.
not three,
Richardson, going deep, home run.
but 4 times again and again and again. It didn't matter what it took, we did the job. It didn't matter what happened, we kept working. We worked alongside each other. Everyone matters on the way to the mountaintop. Keep fighting again and again and again. The score is not important. What's important is your energy, attitude, effort, and focus. Can you refocus? When you're surrounded in the bunker, can you put the last play behind you? Never flinching. Mustangs, tonight you have the chance to continue that process, to continue building a legacy, always striving to reach your maximum potential. Each day is one more peak of the mountain to climb. That boulder triples in size each week. Mustangs, push.
Ball will get rusty and old, but their hearts won't. And they're going to be great husbands, and they're going to be great fathers because the lessons they learned. And that's really what matters.
We welcome you in to the Reese Smith Athletic Complex here in Nashville as we get set for a round 1 playoff game in the Division II AAA region between the CPA Lions and the Lipscomb Academy Mustangs. It's win or go home, and we're going to have it all for you right here on the Lipscomb Academy Football YouTube channel. My name is Brandon Bigsby, my broadcast partner over to my left, Gideon Carter. Gideon, a little bit of a longer wait than we anticipated, a rain delay, obviously some pretty treacherous weather, so if you're at home listening, you had the right plan to stay home under some shelter, but we're going to have some fun high school football tonight. The Mustangs and the Lions, a long-standing rivalry. It's simple. They don't like us, we don't like them, and not only that, but a season is on the line tonight as well. Everything you could possibly ask for November football.
Yes, it is. These are 2 football teams that are, so rich in history of just good, solid, gritty, great football, and they're also sharing in the sentiment that they're not having the season that they might have wanted. However, they both come together in this round 1 and just happen to be together to reignite the old rivalry.
Oh, yes.
The old rivalry. So this one's going to be a good one. No matter how long it takes to play this game, we are going to play it, hopefully.
We are going to play it. As of now, the rain has stopped. The biggest thing is just making sure there's no lightning strikes in the area. There is a 30-minute clock, rather, for whenever there are lightning strikes in the area. We haven't had one in about 15 minutes or so. Kickoff currently scheduled for 8 o'clock, so that'll give the players a chance to kind of warm up, get the juices flowing. And both these 2 teams are going to be chomping at the bit because, Gideon, as you mentioned, so much history between these 2 teams. They haven't seen each other in 3 years. The last time that Lipscomb Academy saw CPA, December 1st, 2022, the Division II AA championship game in Chattanooga. The Mustangs won that game 42-0. So unless you were a freshman on one of those teams, this is the first time you were seeing the other side. And a lot of the talk, you kind of saw it a little bit throughout the week, is, hey, you know how we get against CPA, and hey, those Mustangs on the other side, that's a team we love to go. And so there's a lot of that on both sides, and it's the first time that either of these two teams, outside of some of these seniors, are able to experience it.
It is. This is a bigger game than just round one of the playoffs. This says more for the history books than it does for just the season that both of these teams are having, and certainly whoever comes out on top of this game, we're going to look back on it and we're going to say, wow. Or say, wow, that was a good one. That was one for the ages. The reignition of just one of the greatest rivalries in the state of Tennessee. I mean, I'm so excited. I mean, we still got, 30 minutes?
Yeah, 30 minutes exactly until kickoff, if things all go as planned. But
it's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun to commentate, to watch. I'm excited. I'm sure you're excited.
Oh, yes. Playoff football. You got to be excited, right? This is what these guys fight all year long for, is to get to this moment. Little did they know they'd see an old friend on the other side of the field when they did get to this point.
Yeah, and Brenda, what type of game are we sort of going to expect here as far as the conditions and the weather and all of that, the timing?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So like we said, kickoff currently scheduled for 8 p.m. Central Time, so 29 minutes from now. But if you aren't with us here in the Nashville area, it has been raining cats and dogs outside really since about 3 o'clock earlier this afternoon. It's been kind of on and off, but the amount of rain has been very consistent. I think it's going to make it very interesting for these offenses. You got a slippery field, slippery balls, and these guys are playing on turf as well. So just a couple of factors that are going to be very interesting when you talk about catching, quarterback to running back exchange, snaps, holds on kicks. Those little factors, could that potentially play a role tonight with some of this rain and the really wet conditions that we're going to have outside?
Yeah, of course. I'd be expecting a super run-heavy offense on both sides, but if we do see a pass, maybe we see the no-gloves receivers, as you often do in rain games. When those gloves get all wet, they just get super slick, super slippery. Ain't nothing you can do about that, and there's no way you're catching a ball in those. But, I mean, could maybe get a little dry from now until kickoff time. We still got 30 minutes. We'll see if any more rainfall comes down. As far as we know right now, the skies are clear, and they're not lighting up at all, so that's a good sign. We'll see what happens here in the next 28 minutes.
Yeah, you get a look right now at how things look here on the field, and I'm looking at the weather forecast right now and just the overall radar. It looks like the rain has stopped. There isn't anything really within the vicinity. Everything rain-wise has passed us. Again, really it's just a matter of keeping an eye on the lightning and making sure that that's not within the vicinity. But the physical rain itself has seemed to stop and has passed us here by. So, again, really it's going to be a matter of how much does the field dry, how much do, balls and things of that nature dry up, because that is going to be a very big factor between these two teams, and what once again is a playoff game where if you lose this game tonight, that's it. Your season is over. So going to be very interesting to see how that is managed, and those ball boys, those equipment managers, going to earn every penny they make tonight, to say the least.
Yes, they are. I mean, being here for this long, you'd think so. You see all the CPA people lining up out there, sitting in their cars. I was talking to you just before we started the broadcast about maybe, going over there and seeing how they're doing, the team's about to lose and all, see how they feel about that. If they really wanted to wait in their cars this whole time just to watch their team lose, I don't know if you really want to do that, but there they are. They're still waiting out there. More of them are coming in. The more the merrier, I suppose. Am I right?
The more the merrier, not just here on the field, but on our broadcast as well. Should be a really fun game tonight. This has been one of the more highly anticipated games on the schedule, really throughout the state as well, because, again, two premier high-level programs, rivals, playing in a playoff game, and we'll talk about it a little bit more in our true pregame. This is kind of a makeshift pregame with everything going on with the weather delay, but these are two teams that their seasons have kind of mirrored each other, right? Maybe not the best record on paper, but the talent is there to beat one of the top teams in the state. They've just been kind of mired by a difficult schedule and some really close losses. And we saw with the Mustangs last week, they took Brentwood Academy, who's top 5 in the state, undefeated, top 50 in the nation, all the way to a one-possession game, had the ball late in the fourth quarter, chance to tie it, just fell a little bit short. But these are two teams with a lot more talent than what the record might show you, with CPA being 2-8 and Lipscomb Academy being 3-7.
I mean, yeah, as you were saying, these two teams, I know Lipscomb has had at least 2 or 3 games where maybe this fourth down, this third down goes just a little bit differently. The ball just travels a couple of yards farther, and it's another win in the win column rather than a loss. I mean, this Lipscomb Academy team could easily be 5-5, maybe even 6-4. Obviously, some close games into those chances. As you were saying, the BA game, that comeback, I mean, that could have been incredible.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have, obviously, the Ravenwood game. Just barely they escaped from us, just barely. But, I mean, as far as CPA goes as well, I mean, they had some very close games that could have flipped their records, and you know, this could be a different game. This could be I'd say this is fate. There's a reason why these teams only won as many games as they did this season, and there's a reason why they're playing right here tonight.
Yeah, and I think you kind of heard some murmurs potentially on both sides. I don't want to speak for the CPA side, but at least here on the Lipscomb Academy side, and I don't know if you had the same experience as a student, but it felt like even back 3 or 4 weeks ago when you kind of started to see the playoff picture take shape, you knew how CPA season was looking, you knew the Mustangs were in a good position to host, getting those first 3 wins, and you kind of heard, man, with the way these seedings are lining up, you could see Lipscomb Academy CPA if things shake out the right way, and sure enough, here we are. CPA, this is their first season in Division II AAA as well. We're moved up to this division due to the success factor. These were two teams that were fighting for state titles against each other in AA before the Mustangs moved up after 2022. So that's been the reason for the long layoff, but it's just fitting that the first time they're back in the same conference, in the same region, in the same division again, they meet in the playoffs once again.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's just fate, and for it to be in these conditions too, I mean, it's just setting the scene for a wonderful football game, and one that's going to have some twists and turns that won't likely be foreseen by us or by the referees or by the players, and it's just going to make it all the more interesting on this field.
Well, as we're kind of looking around the field and looking around the stadium, we are seeing a few people begin to get out of their cars. It's been, again, about 20-ish minutes since that last lightning strike that we saw, maybe closer to 30. So we're starting to see people kind of make their way out onto the field. I see a couple of Lipscomb Academy coaches. I see Jamie Graham down there, a couple of equipment managers, a few players as well. I see a few people in the parking lot kind of starting to make their way out of their cars. So we are inching closer to getting to a point to where we can get this game kicked off. Again, kickoff scheduled for 8 p.m. Central Time, so about 23 minutes away if all things stay safe. But you know, Gideon, when you have a lot of time, you have the rain delay, we've been kind of sitting around in the booth. We had a little bit of pizza, had some water, kind of just talk some college football, talk about this game here that we have going on tonight, obviously. And when you have that much time to kill, you have that much time on your hands, it makes you curious. It makes you ask a couple of questions that you want the answers to that you wouldn't think of. So we had somebody ask, because of all the rainfall, could Noah's Ark fit a football field to have a game on?
I don't know, Brandon, can it?
Well, we decided to ask our good friend ChatGPT to see what exactly that would look like. And the short answer is no, not a full regulation American football field. And the reason that is with the usual biblical cubit equaling 18 inches, Genesis gives the ark as 300 by 50 by 30 cubits. So comparing that to a regulation American football field, including the end zones, 360 feet long, 160 feet wide. Noah's Ark, 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet tall. So really, it would be plenty long, but far too narrow. And rotating the field diagonally doesn't really rescue it. The Ark's 75-foot beam is simply just a little bit too small to contain a 160-foot wide football field. So always kind of fun. You get to learn things around here, right? Yeah. That's what you tune into these broadcasts for, especially when you have a bit of a rain delay like we've had today.
I mean, I'm sure you could put at least part of the football field on there and have a pretty interesting game, you know, trying to hurdle all those zebras and slide under those elephants, dodge those snakes. That'd be pretty crazy. I don't know if Cam Blivitz could get through all that.
And by the way, you were wondering about what exactly the percentage of the football field is it could fit. We just asked that as well. Roughly 59% of a full football field could fit on Noah Ark's top deck. The entire length would fit with room to spare, but only about half the width.
I mean, that'd be a pretty streamlined game, I suppose. They only passing the ball. There's no way you're getting through that line of scrimmage.
You could maybe have an arena football game there. Maybe get the Nashville Cats on Noah's Ark.
Oh, yeah, the Nashville Cats. I'm sure they'd love to do that.
Oh, man. We're about 20 minutes away, exactly 20 minutes away from kickoff time. As we mentioned, weather delay, crazy rain here, crazy weather really all day here in Nashville since about the late, early afternoon time. You know, Gideon, I'll ask you this question. You're a senior here at Lipscomb Academy. You've been around this team, have been around the school, have been around the program. For those maybe at home that don't necessarily know as much about this rivalry, how much more does this game mean? Obviously, it's a playoff game. We know that. Every game means something. But there's some games that mean a little bit more, right? And I think CPA for Lipscomb Academy is the one that they circled that fits within that qualification.
I mean, there's obviously the Athens of the South, you know, it's called that for a reason. There's so many schools around the Nashville area, but there's nothing like the CPA Lipscomb rivalry. If you walk down these halls and you say, "Oh, this person's from CPA," then you're gonna classmate and be like, "What? You're talking to somebody from CPA? Are you kidding me?" That might be me, but you know,
don't out yourself too much, man.
No, but it is some bad blood between these two. Obviously, you know, not nothing real, but you know, the rivalry, you know, the blood, sweat, and tears that are given up on the football field in these past games. I'm sure there'll be a ton given up on this field, even though the Skies already cried on the field. I'm sure there'll be many others to cry on this field in next 3 hours. But man, there's just nothing like the Lions and the Mustangs when they go at it.
Yeah, and like we mentioned earlier on, first matchup between these two teams in almost 3 full years, December 1st, 2022, the last time these two faced off. They have had 5 playoff matchups between each other prior to that. CPA 3-2 record in those matchups, but the Mustangs have won those last 2 meetings, and not only that, have won it convincingly, a combined score of 69-0. In the last 2 meetings that these two teams have faced off, they've had one possession game. That was in the state title game in 2020. CPA winning that one 35-28. So not only do these two have a long history, they have a history to where you've seen some close games, you've seen some blowouts on both sides. These two squads give you everything that you want in a good rivalry, especially once again when everything is on the line the way it is tonight.
Yeah, this is, like I said before, I mean, there's no telling what could happen on this football field. We could have as high a scoring game as like in the 50s and the 60s, or we could have as low scoring game as in the single digits. I mean, but either way, it's gonna be effort, and it's gonna be talent on the field, and it's gonna be, like I said before, blood, sweat, and tears.
Oh yeah,
passion, and just all around great football.
Absolutely, and we want to thank all of you all back at home listening and watching. We appreciate you guys once again. Kickoff set for about 8 p.m. Central Time got pushed back an hour due to that rain delay. I mean, we can kind of chat a little bit about both these two coaches, too, before we take a break. You look at Lipscomb Academy, Jamie Graham, the head coach for this Mustangs team, his first head coach playoff game, I don't think he could have drawn it up any better. At home, rival against CPA on the other side. Jamie Graham, 7-13 overall record as a head coach. And I think Jamie Graham, I know some might look at the record if you haven't paid attention to this team all year and be like, man, 3-7 has been a tough season for the Mustangs. You got to remember, man, 42 underclassmen on this roster. That's over 63% of the total roster itself. And you've seen this Mustangs team continue to grow and develop and get better as the season has gone on. And Jamie Graham and that coaching staff deserve a lot of credit for the work that's put in to make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, you'll always hear it said that the football team is going to embody their coach. It's going to take on the personalities that their coach has, and certainly, I mean, Lipscomb is a great example this year. I mean, Jamie Graham is one of the younger head coaches, and he has one of the younger teams in the state, and you see them have one of the most energetic and just fun-filled games you'll see, and you know, maybe it's not as consistent as you'd like it to be, but when there's fire, And when that fire is there, it can be super hot or it can be a little bit warm, maybe a couple sparks here and there. But it's still fire, and it still has the potential to burn you. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, as far as coaching goes, Jamie Graham, he's up there, and he's very underrated, but he can bite you and he can get you good.
Yeah, we've seen rain tonight. We'll see some fire here in about 30 minutes as well. And, I mean, Jamie Graham, we've talked about how good this offense has been. No surprise with him leading the helm. He was the wide receivers coach at Lipscomb Academy from 2019 to 2020. Became the offensive coordinator in 2021 under head coach Trent Dilfer. The Mustangs averaged over 45 points per game with Jamie Graham as the OC. Finished the season undefeated, ranked top 25 in the country, went with Trent Dilfer to UAB for that first year in 2023, and came back to Lipscomb Academy last season. Going to be so cool to see him get that playoff experience, get that opportunity, and he's looking forward to it, even not just for himself. If you ask Jamie Graham, he's not looking forward to it for himself. He's looking forward to it for this football team that has been itching and has fought, has scratched, has clawed, has overcome a lot of adversity to be able to get to this point here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we asked him on College game day, or should I say LA game day, a couple weeks back. We said, what's in it for you in this? And he said, watching and developing young men into good Christian leaders and good Christian men, that's what it's about. I mean, obviously, on top of this, you want to win football games, and that's what it's about. Football is about winning. But the overlying theme of it all is how to become a better person, working with your fellow people and your fellow communities, and just how to become a Christian man in a world full of hate for your religion, and how to spread your religion in that too.
Yeah, you've seen the term brotherhood thrown a lot within this program, and obviously Jamie Graham, the first thing he said when he came in and was announced as the head coach, his motto, ever since he was a kid, Bible, books, ball. That it is in that order exactly. Your faith, your education, then what happens on that football field. And you've seen this team really circle around that and really embody that mindset. It's more than just a phrase. It's a way of life for this team. And Jamie Graham, he has really gone about trying to make sure that he gets that going. We do have an update. Game start time has been pushed back a little bit further. 8:25 p.m. Central Time. That way, everybody has a chance to kind of get their warm-ups in. It's already 7:47 right now, so nobody on the field just yet. So it's going to take a little bit more time. So about 45 minutes, give or take. It looks like this is when we'll have kickoff.
Yeah, certainly looking forward to it, and we're excited. It's going to be a long while, and we might have to leave you here for a little bit. But I mean, for now, this is just going to be a game.
Yeah, this is going to be a good game. We'll talk about CPA's head coach real quick as well before we take the break. Ingle Martin in his 15th season at CPA, a 164-42 record as a head coach, all of them at CPA. He's won 5 state titles. Also served as an assistant coach for Ensworth 2010 state championship team as well before being hired by CPA. We've talked about, obviously, the rivalry and everything, but this is a Lions program that has been one of the more consistent powerhouses in the state, along with Lipscomb Academy. Ingle Martin heading a lot of that, and going to be fun to see him over on the other sideline here once again for the first time since 2021, since they've been on this field.
Yeah, obviously, you said it. I mean, the experience on the coaching staff for either sides of the field here are just astronomical. I mean, Ingle Martin, obviously, he was at NBA for a while, and he was a great quarterback there. I believe, was it 32 wins in a row?
Yeah, 32 straight wins is what he led that team to.
Mr. Football twice in a row, maybe, something like that, 99, 2000. I mean, heck of a coach and a heck of a player.
Yeah, was an NFL draft pick as well. Was picked in the 2006 draft by the Green Bay Packers in the 5th round. So, 2 guys that have a lot of roots within football within here, because Jamie Graham was a 2-sport athlete, was really, really good at both football and basketball, was a 2-sport athlete at Vanderbilt. Ingle Martin, obviously, doing what he did in the NBA, going on to Florida and then Furman. So, 2 very decorated athletes that decide to dedicate their lives to coaching. Just so cool when you see 2 guys like that match up in a game like this.
Yeah, just massive football brain versus massive football brain. You never know what's going to happen. It's certainly going to be fun.
We will find out here in just about 35 minutes once again. Weather delay, some lightning, some rain. We've seen it all so far tonight. As it's going to be a lot of fun. So it looks like we have the clock accurate. 32 minutes and 45 seconds is when we will have kickoff going. So until then, we're going to take a break. Grab your snacks, grab your drink, maybe order some food, some DoorDash, some Uber Eats. What will be on the menu for you tonight, Gideon? What are you feeling?
I mean, I just had some Jets Pizza from our wonderful sponsor, Jets Pizza.
Shout out to Jets Pizza.
Great pizza house. You don't find many deep dishes around here. You know,
No.
It's a really delectable meal.
But yes, we'll have a little bit of time on our hands. Once again, kick off in about 32 minutes or so. Make sure you're right here at the YouTube channel, Lipscomb Academy Football. We'll have round one between the CPA Lions and the Lipscomb Academy Mustangs. We'll have our true full pregame on effect about 10 minutes before kickoff. So do not go away. Stay right here. We're going to have some things playing, so it won't just be, just a blank screen or anything. Brandon Bigsby, Gideon Carter on the call with you tonight. Thank you all for listening. Make sure you stay tapped in right here. We'll have kickoff when we see you next.
History tends to repeat itself.
To the corner, touchdown.
Every fall, the lights get brighter, the air gets colder, and the road to a title runs straight through a familiar name.
Flat looking to throw, fires in the end zone. He's got Bill Flowers in the end zone. He catches it, touchdown.
A rivalry written in bruises, sweat, and decades of unfinished business. Tonight is another chapter in that historic rivalry. Another collision of tradition and grit. History doesn't just repeat, it evolves. Every rep, every week has built something different, something stronger, something ready. Round one isn't just the start of the playoffs, it's a statement.
And he grabs it!
It's a reminder of who we are and what's at stake every time we step on the field. We've been here before. It's playoff time, and November football is a privilege. Survive in advance. It takes everyone. As one tribe, one heartbeat, one brotherhood.
I'm going to go grab some rosters.
Living in the moment, I'm in overdrive. guy. What's good, man? Doing all right? Man, it's so we doing this thing called 4 and 5, man. Just kind of reaching back out to all the alumni, all the dudes that kind of just left recently. And just trying to make sure, man, just trying to check in with you so we can show something to the boys. So, first question, what's your favorite high school memory?
Championship weekend, championship week, go up to the hotel. First of all, travel to the hotel is always fun. Getting on the bus, that's crazy. And then watching Lil Creed, all the guys and stuff. That's the great part.
What would you tell your junior self?
My junior self, I would tell myself just keep going, even though like fight through the injuries and stuff. I still got injured, junior year. Going physical, like even through the industry, just keep going.
Yeah, I like that. The moment you realized you were in college ball,
I would say the first game, I came through the tunnel. All I seen was slow. I look up, I see it's like a lot of people in the stands. I'm like, bro, I'm really here.
Yeah,
I really made it.
It's different. It's different, especially when you're in the SEC. Man. It's different.
So my first touchdown, the OC had called a play that we've been working on all week. Before he asked me what routes I like to run, I said I like deep balls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he put me in on a play that was mainly a deep ball. And I ran it one time in practice. I scored on it. So he put me in on the game. I ran it. Boom, with a stick. I ran it. I'm like, if you can just get this ball out.
Junior Cheryl, coach. Junior Cheryl just broke out.
I know I see the ball coming in the air. It's coming to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. I'm ready. I was looking at my hands. Touchdown, man. That's how you know. You get Junior Cheryl. All that. It's crazy.
Yeah. I text you and everything after that one. That was good to see. What did this program do best to prepare you?
Keep my faith in God, through all the process, through all the trials and tribulations, all that stuff. Keep the faith on. Good.
Last one, man. How has your faith sustained you through a tough time in college?
Basically, you staying down and being over until your time comes. You got to be patient. The guy got to play for you, but you got to be patient and wait until your time comes.
I love it. Well, man, look, I appreciate you, man. I love you. It's big time, man. And shoot, you advanced. You at home, so I just appreciate you stopping by, man, for real.
There is one body and one spirit.
Just as you were called to the one hope
that belongs to your call.
One Lord, one faith.
One baptism.
Alkum, Robin, Wahidun, Wamanin, Wahidun, Wamadion, Wahidam.
同一位主，同一种信仰，同一种洗礼。
Oros en o ot, o noti en o ot, o worms en o ot.
Il y a un seul Seigneur, une seule foi, un seul baptême.
Ein Herr, ein Glaube, eine Taufe.
Ve uno sonere, son fede, un bastomero.
主は信仰はバプテスマは一つである。
Jeden pan, jedna wiara, jeden chrzest.
Un só Senhor, uma só fé, um só batismo.
Один Господь, одна вера, одно крещение.
Un solo Señor, una sola fe, un solo bautismo.
Один Господь, одна вера, одне хрещение. К Ефесянам 4:5.
Một Chúa, một đức tin, một phép báp têm.
And Geta, and Haminot, and Dimkant.
یک خدا، یک ایمان، یک راه برای رسیدن به حضرت مسیح.
Mo.
Ik. One. O2.
Ik.
One God and one Father of us all.
Who is above all and through all and in all.
Ephesians 4:4-6.
The beautiful part about the playoffs is it's a brand new season. The good, the bad, and the ugly, everything is behind us. There are 12 teams left in this tournament, and we are one of the 12. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. The only thing that matters for us is this game. We've got 80 minutes to step out and show why we deserve to be here.
Hi, I'm Ella Organ, and today I'm here with former Lipscomb Academy student, wide receiver at Vanderbilt University, Junior Sherrill.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
So how old were you when you first started playing football?
I started playing football at a young age. I started playing football when I was 4 years old out in Nashville, a little team called Greymar Pirates.
And what is your favorite memory at Lipscomb?
Just being with the team, being with some of the guys on Thursdays, going to McDonald's before the games. That was always a fun time.
And what is your favorite teacher or class at Lipscomb?
Definitely Profe. Shout out to Tim Taylor. That was my guy. There's some more people out there that I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but yeah.
And did you always want to play football in college?
Oh yeah, that was definitely a goal of mine since a young child. And still is. Playing at the highest level and potentially playing in the NFL. So yeah, that was my goal.
And what's the best piece of advice a coach or teammate has given you?
Just continue to put God first in everything you do. You can't do nothing without God. Like Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So keep that.
And what advice would you give to student athletes at Lipscomb Academy?
Don't get too much in your head. Stay in the now, stay where your feet are, and just enjoy life.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The finale. The end is here. As the 199th pick in the draft, no one thought my career would turn out the way it has. The same way no one thought you guys would be in this game. Neither of us are done writing our own story. Winter has come. For every Mustang, there's no turning back. October 23rd doesn't matter anymore. What matters is your process. The same process you followed since the summer. Every lift, every rep, every moment has prepared you for this day. An 11-game win streak, 11 Mustangs on the field. It all comes back to 11. It takes all 11 every single play. 11 wins have led to today. But there's one more game and one more reason to fight. There's one more reason to show you have a championship process. You never flint. You set yourselves apart. And it's always about winning the final game of the season. Now's the time to plant your flag across the state of Tennessee. So sound the alarm. Release the stampede.
Richardson. Deep ball. Hughes. Got it. First down and more.
A battle has arisen in Cookeville. Now's the time to finish what you started.
To the team's leading receiver, Coleman Baker, who escapes a tackle down the
One
sideline.
try, one heartbeat. Finish this fight, Mustangs. Let's go!
Fourth down. Leading 14. Lost. Pass. Intercepted. Fires to the end zone. Pass complete. Touchdown, Daniel Green.
The path to a championship is paved with trials of doubt, trials of uncertainty.
With the 75th pick in the 2012 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Russell Wilson.
Will you question yourself? Of course you will. We all do. We all bleed the same. In those moments, you won't know how the battle will end. But you don't have any other choice but to step up for yourself and for each other. Outside voices will doubt that you can, but they don't know what you are made of. This tribe's foundation is built on the rock. This rock is trust. We will trust our process and each other. This tribe is born for this. There will be struggles. There will be setbacks. We call these hard things. This tribe was built for hard things. Football is for finishers. It's why we fight for one more yard after gaining 99. Champions fight each day so they can finish. Whether it's a Mustang trampling through a region or a Seahawk gliding over troubled waters. Tonight is about unfinished business. Settling the score. Mustang, no matter what, never flinch. Stand tall, start to finish. Finish this fight.
As we got Richardson rolling out to the right, he is mobile. He zips the ball to the team's leading receiver, who escapes a tackle down the sideline, and he stays on his feet, and there's your Mustang touchdown. I do not see a penalty marker.
Has intercepted Luther Richardson 4 times on the night. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mustangs, the past is the past. What we did as a tribe is behind us. I can think of what we did together that led to greatness. Brick by brick, it took everyone. Our tribe did this relentlessly. Not one, not two.
Leading 14. Laws, pass, intercepted.
Not three,
Richardson, 1D, home run.
but 4 times again and again and again. It didn't matter what it took, we did the job. It didn't matter what happened, we kept working. We worked alongside each other. Everyone matters on the way to the mountaintop. Keep fighting again and again and again. The score is not important. What's important is your energy, attitude, effort, and focus. Can you refocus? When you're surrounded in the bunker, can you put the last play behind you? Never flinching. Mustangs, tonight you have the chance to continue that process, to continue building a legacy, always striving to reach your maximum potential. Each day is one more peak of the mountain to climb. That boulder triples in size each week. Mustangs, push.
Ball will get rusty and old, but their hearts won't. And they're going to be great husbands. And they're going to be great fathers because the lessons they learned. And that's really what matters.
History tends to repeat itself. Every fall, the lights get brighter, the air gets colder, and the road to a title runs straight through a familiar name.
Flat looking to throw, fires in the end zone. He's got Bill Flowers in the end zone. He catches it, touchdown!
A rivalry written in bruises, sweat, and decades of unfinished business. Tonight is another chapter in that historic rivalry. Another collision of tradition and grit. History doesn't just repeat, it evolves. Every rep, every week has built something different, something stronger, something ready. Round 1 isn't just the start of the playoffs, it's a statement. It's a reminder of who we are and what's at stake every time we step on the field. We've been here before. It's playoff time, and November football is a privilege. Survive in advance. It takes everyone. It's one tribe, one heartbeat, one brotherhood.
Living in the moment, coming overdrive.
Junior, my guy, what's good, man? Doing all right? Man, so we doing this thing called 4 and 5, man. Just kind of reaching back out to all the alumni, all the dudes that kind of just left recently. And just trying to make sure, man, just trying to check in with you so we can show something to the boys. So, first question, what's your favorite high school memory?
Championship weekend, championship week, go up to the hotel. First of all, travel to the hotel is always fun. Getting on the bus, that's crazy. And then watching Lil Creed, all the guys and stuff. That's the great part.
What would you tell your junior self?
My junior self, I would tell myself just keep going, even though like fight through the injuries and stuff. I still got injured, junior year, going invisible, like even through the injuries, just keep going.
Yeah, I like that. The moment you realized you were in college ball,
I would say the first game, I came through the tunnel. All I seen was smoke. I look up, I see it's like a lot of people in the stands. I'm like, bro, I'm really here.
Yeah,
I'm really made it.
It's different. It's different, especially when you're in the SEC. Man. It's different.
So my first touchdown, the OC had called a play that we've been working on all week. Before he asked me what routes I like to run, I said, I like deep balls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he put me in on a play that was mainly a deep ball. And I ran it one time in practice. I scored on it. So he put me in on the game. I ran it, boom, I stick. I ran it. I'm like, if you can just get this ball out.
Yeah.
Junior Cheryl, coach. Junior Cheryl just broke out.
I know I see the ball coming in the air. It's coming to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. I'm ready. I was looking at my hands. That's what I'm like. That's how you know. You're Junior Cheryl.
Yeah.
All that. It's crazy.
Yeah. I text you and everything after that one. That was good to see. What did this program do best to prepare you?
Keep my faith in God, do all the process, do all the trials and tribulations, all that stuff. Keep the faith on it.
Good. Last one, man. How has your faith sustained you through a tough time in college?
Basically, you staying down and being open until your time comes. You got to be patient. The guy got to play for you, but you got to be patient and wait until your time comes.
I love it. Well, man, look. I appreciate you, man. I love you. It's big time, man. And shoot, you at home, so I just appreciate you stopping by, man, for real.
There is one body and one spirit.
Just as you were called to the one hope
that belongs to your call.
One Lord, one faith.
One baptism.
أعلمكم رب واحد وإيمان واحد ومعدي واحد.
同一位主，同一种信仰，同一种洗礼。
Oros en o ot, o noti en o ot, o worms en o ot.
Il y a un seul Seigneur, une seule foi, un seul baptême.
Ein Herr, ein Glaube, eine Taufe.
Ve uno sonere, son fede, un bastomero.
主は信仰はバプテスマは一つである。
Jeden Pan, jedna wiara, jeden chrzest. Um só Senhor, uma só fé, um só batismo.
Один Господь, одна вера, одно крещение.
Un solo Señor, una sola fe, un solo bautismo.
Один Господь, одна віра, одне хрещення. К Ефесянам 4:5.
Một Chúa, một đức tin, một phép báp têm.
And Geta, and Haminot, and Dit Dimgat.
یک خدا، یک ایمان، یک راه برای رسیدن به حضرت مسیح.
Mo.
Ik. One. O2.
Ik. One God and one Father of us all.
who is above all and through all and in all.
Ephesians 4:4-6.
The beautiful part about the playoffs is it's a brand new season. The good, the bad, and the ugly, everything is behind us. There are 12 teams left in this tournament, and we are one of the 12. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. The only thing that matters for us is this game. We've got 80 minutes to step out and show why we deserve to be here.
from the
After months of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, the road to Chattanooga officially begins tonight. The Lipscomb Academy Mustangs are back in the playoffs once again and are looking to add yet another state title to a trophy case that has been filled with them over the last decade. To do that, however, they will have to take down not just a familiar foe, but their biggest rival, as the Christ Presbyterian Academy Lions make their playoff debut at the AAA level and are hoping to carry over their AA dominance with a third straight championship. Tonight, we'll see yet another chapter written in one of Nashville's most historic rivalries, and for the 6th time ever, it'll be a playoff game. It's Lions versus Mustangs, CPA versus Lipscomb Academy, win or go home, and we'll have it all for you right here live on the Lipscomb Academy Football YouTube channel. We welcome you in from the Reese Smith Athletic Complex here in Nashville, a rainy Nashville. Thank you all for joining us. My name is Brandon Bixby, my broadcast partner with me, Gideon Carter. Gideon, so much hype around this, so much weight, so much anticipation, even an hour and 20 minutes extra than we thought coming into today. But CPA versus Lipscomb Academy, the rivalry is back, and it's better than ever. Your classic, we don't like them, you don't like us, with plenty of history in the past. You walk around on the field, walk around the stadium, you can feel that thick anticipation as here come the Mustangs out onto the field now. And Gideon, we talk about the Mustangs. A tight game last week against undefeated Brentwood Academy. Lost that game 30-22 with massive underdogs. Many didn't think that the Mustangs had a chance. They took the undefeated Eagles toe-to-toe to the very brink, and they have plenty of momentum coming into tonight.
Yes, they do. They have, so much momentum. Anybody's game type of situation we're looking at here. You got two teams not necessarily having the season they want to have, but super competitive.
We would ask that you would please rise for a word of prayer and remain standing for the singing of our country's national anthem, led by Lipscomb Academy students Matthew Rockford, Dean Conford, Jake Thompson, and Gentry Wright. These singers were all selected to either
a while ago. Could be super high scoring or super, super low scoring. So many possibilities here. But, there's one thing for sure. It's going to be a good one.
We'll have the prayer and the national anthem, and when we come back, kickoff round 1 of the Division II AAA playoffs. Do not go away. We'll be right back in just a few moments. are back in just a few moments away from kickoff. Brandon Bigsby and Gideon Carter on the call with you here tonight. Gideon, I know you've had feet on the ground all week long being a student. I've got to ask you, man, what has the conversation around this game been like on campus within the student body?
I mean, obviously, it's been a tough season for the Mustangs, looking back on it. A couple people were like, man, I have to pay to this game to go for it, and it might rain. And then other people were like, I'm so ready for this. Playoff time. Let's go. And, you know, so there's a lot of mixed feelings. But most of them, I'd say, are just super excited and super hyped for this game. As you can see, we still do have a packed student section, though the game tickets were $10. We know that high school students, $10 is a lot of money. But we're still here. We showed up, and that's the big part. And this crowd is ready for some nice, fun, clean football.
Yeah, it's a blackout here as well on the Mustangs side of things, and I'm sure this game going to be worth the price of admission as you see both teams meeting at midfield for the opening coin toss. The three captains for tonight for the Mustangs, Travis Wakefield, Trip Naiman, and Cam Blivens, as the Mustangs win the toss. And they will elect to receive. So we will see Lipscomb Academy's offense start things off here tonight. And Gideon, no surprise to see that with how electrifying this Lipscomb Academy offense has been really not just all season, but especially over the last few weeks.
I mean, there's one word to define it, and that's explosive.
Oh, yeah.
That pitch back play to Cam Blivens, and you get it down the field for, I mean, wow. I mean, we've seen that multiple times on many occasions in many games. That's something that is just in the back pocket always. You know, when maybe the car needs a little oil change, that's the oil, the new fresh oil, just to get it going again, get it into the end zone. But, I mean, this game, this CPA defense plays a lot more open than the past teams. So I think there's a lot more options coming into this game for this Mustangs team. Obviously, it's been raining the whole day. It make you think, yeah, we probably need to run the ball. However, I mean, that's not necessarily the case. It's been maybe an hour or so since it stopped raining, so a lot drier than you'd think it'd be. The technology on the field to drain the water is pretty good here at Lipscomb Academy. So I'd still say you kind of mix it up here, go with the run and the pass, and see what happens.
Well, you mentioned that rain earlier that we saw. Rain looks to be clear for the rest of the night, partly cloudy, 61 degrees. The wind, not too much despite some of that rain, 4 miles per hour towards the west-southwest, and it looks like we're going to be at around that 61 to 59 degree area throughout the night. We had to wait an extra hour and a half, but we shall wait no longer. Kickoff is just moments away. The Mustangs once again set to receive. Back to return it for Lipscomb Academy, number 16, Aaron Younger, who had a touchdown last week, first of his varsity career. And next to him, to his left, Trip Naiman, the senior, one of the only players on this roster that was on the team the last time the Mustangs and Lions met. But he is here once again in what will be the final home game of the season for the Mustangs. The winner of this game will go to Ensworth next week, who have a bye.
Aaron Younger had a great performance last week. A couple catches almost helped this Mustang team come back.
Camden Holiday boots this one away. Trip Naiman will let this one fall to the ground in the end zone for a touchback. So we will see J.C. White in the Mustangs offense start out. J.C. White, we call him Gunslinger. He's been one of the state's best passers all season long, and you see it in the stats. So far, nothing short of spectacular. 2,389 yards, 19 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, completing over 56% of his passes.
Yeah, he's got an arm, and more than that, he's got legs. I mean, impossible to catch kind of guy.
Yeah, leads the state in both passing attempts and completions so far this season. First play of the game is White on a quarterback keeper, has some room to the right. He's wrapped up right around the 20-yard line, is making the tackle. Was Moses Layson, sophomore.
There's those legs I was talking about. Not necessarily, he doesn't find a gap there, but he does get a couple yards forward, and certainly see more of that here to come.
Excuse me, that was actually number 13, Crew Chance, on the tackle. So 1 yard gain for J.C. White, 2nd down and 9 coming up from the 21. One wide receiver out to each side. Z Crockett in the backfield with White. White back to throw. Fires it over to Blivens, puts on a move, makes one man miss, and it's pushed out of bounds at around the 26-yard line. So a quick gain from J.C. White to Cam Blivens makes it 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, and you see Cam Blivens there. He catches the ball. He dials it back a little bit, tries to find a lane farther infield. Decides he can't go there, and wow, a guy's on him. He gets a couple extra yards to push this to 3rd and 4 and completely manageable for the Mustangs.
Mustangs need to get to the 30-yard line to move the sticks. 3rd down and 4 here coming up. Blivens, the lone wide receiver out wide. You'll see him top right of your screen. White fakes the pitch out and scrambles left. Looking downfield, airs it out to Blivens. It is caught, not by Blivens, but instead by number 18, Jackson Spencer. 1st down, Mustangs.
I mean, that's one of those situations where, I mean, you don't throw it to that guy, but I mean, if he catches it and he gets extra yardage, I mean, bring it on. That's a great play no matter what, and not necessarily lucky, just right place, right time there.
That's a 13-yard reception for Jackson Spencer, who has really come on the scene over the last couple of weeks. Back-to-back spectacular performances against Briarcrest Christian and Brentwood Academy, 2 of the top 4 teams in the standings. As Dante Fowler in motion, he's back after missing last week. White to throw towards Blivens. Ball popped in the air, but falls harmlessly to the ground, incomplete.
That ball a little dangerous there as you saw the contact to the back of Blivens as the ball was in the air. Got lucky, the Mustangs didn't pop up too high enough for an interception there. Just make sure we got to keep our eyes on a swivel if you're J.C. White and make sure those balls are a little bit safer. Maybe get that ball low so your receiver can go down with it and get the secure catch instead of having to jump up for that one.
9:56 to play in the opening quarter. 2nd down and 10 coming up for Lipscomb Academy. 2 backs in the backfield with White. To throw. Play going to be blown dead as a flag is thrown behind the line of scrimmage. And it looks like the Mustangs, they already know they're the guilty party. They're moving backwards. And it'll be a false start called against Lipscomb Academy. So from 2nd and 10 to 2nd and 15 on the 34.
This Mustangs team has had some struggle scoring early, especially in the first quarter. Haven't had much success with that. Looking to change that here.
Same formation here for Lipscomb Academy. 2nd down and 15. White hands it off to Z Crockett. Gets past a few defenders. Still going to around the 41, where he has finally wrapped up a nice gain there for the Mustangs after that false start set him back a few yards.
Z Crockett, there's a football player for you. Can play anywhere on the field, but definitely best at running back. He slithers his way through the line and finds that extra yardage you might not think he could have gotten. But, I mean, he pushes that marker up to the 3rd and 8.
Yeah, 3rd and 8, yeah. And you mentioned Crockett. He's someone that's become a two-way player for this Mustangs team. Has played 9 games at linebacker, 36 tackles, 8.5 tackles for loss, and a sack this season. So he has contributed on both sides of the field. 3rd and 8 coming up. Mustangs have to get to the 49 to get the 1st down. White to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Takes off and runs. White looking towards the 1st down marker. Mustangs believe they got it. It's going to be close. We'll see where they officially spot him.
I mentioned this a couple weeks ago when I was talking about J.C. White and how he's developed over the season. They're going to make it 4th down here, which I'm very surprised
4th
by.
and 1. Mustangs going to go with pace here. Fowler in motion, and that's something you'll see a lot from the Mustangs tonight. They love the eye candy on those motions pre-snap. As they slow things down and look over towards the sideline for a play call. 20 seconds to go on the play clock.
Of course, that maturity I was talking about, I mean, it's developed. Instead of throwing that ball, he cuts up the middle and he gets the yardage he might not have gotten over the air.
Fresh formation for the Mustangs, 7 seconds on the play clock. White gets the snap, hands it off to Crockett. He just surges his way past the 1st down marker, it looks like. CPA is saying he didn't get it, but it looked good to me. We'll have to wait and see what the official marker is.
Offense staying out there. I think they got it.
CPA's defense is trying to go off the field. Mustangs are saying they got the 1st. CPA is saying they didn't. And they're going to rule that he was short. CPA steps up and gets the stop on 4th down and 1. Let's take another look at the replay. As it looks like we actually don't have that replay, so my apologies there. But nevertheless, CPA steps up and gets the stop. It was right there on that line to gain, but looks like J.C. White just a little bit short by, a few inches if that.
Where the ball is right now, it looks like it was a first down on the last drive, so not too sure how he wasn't there, but we play on. The refs know what they're doing, and they're on the field, and I'm not.
We'll see CPA's offense out there for the first time. The starting quarterback, Jack Van Orman, the junior. Van Orman hands it off to the big tailback. That's
the backup.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier on if you weren't with us. That was Bradshaw Klim on the carry. Rawls Patterson, the typical starting tailback, out in this game with a collarbone injury. Did not play last week against Macaulay, is not suited up here tonight. And that is a huge loss for this CPA offense, as Patterson, outside of Owen Cabell, has been arguably the most productive CPA player on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and Klim, 6 feet, 205, running at you down the field. That's a big man, hard to stop, especially when he's getting that lateral movement.
They're going to hand it off to him again. Klim right up the gut, gets it at around the 34-yard line, so a gain of about 2.
There's 2 different factors when you're a player in football. There's size and there's skill, and size can only get you so far, but when you're as big as him, it gets you pretty far.
2nd and 8. Van Orman hands it off to Klim once again. He's met right at the line of scrimmage, trying to push his way forward, but not able to do so. A nice job from the Mustangs defense, stuffing him there. 3rd down now coming up. As you see the replay, just surrounded by purple jerseys. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 8, ball at the 34-yard line.
CPA has to throw here, most likely. They're going to put a man in the backfield. Tight formation.
And it looks like an adjustment being made as well.
Possible play action.
CPA has to get it around the 26 to keep this going. It's a handoff, and still on the move is Preston Patterson, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, CPA. We mentioned Rawls Patterson, the twin brother of Preston, out for this game with an injury. Well, his brother steps up in the backfield and puts CPA on the board first. A 34-yard touchdown score.
I said, almost have to pass it there, but they just took that thing right up the middle and caught the Mustangs off guard early in this one. He was almost untouched up the middle, and he gets it into the end zone.
Out to kick the extra point is Camden Holiday, who boots that one right down the middle. 7-0 your score. CPA on top to start this one out. The big 4th down stop leads to a 34-yard touchdown run from Preston Patterson, who, as we mentioned, stepping up at the tailback position, typically a starting linebacker for this team. Hasn't had a lot of carries so far. That was just his 4th carry on the season. He had a total of 16 yards. He doubles that. Morton doubles that there on that one play and gets on the board.
Maybe his brother said something to him in the rain delay there, and he was like, hey, by the way, if you run like this, you can actually get a nice little cut here, and you can get it more than the 4 yards per carry and just take it to the end zone instead. Nonetheless, we're back on kickoff. Mustangs will receive again.
And back to return it once again, Tripp Naiman and Aaron Younger. Camden Holiday set to kick this one off for the Lions.
Like I said, the Mustangs really need something early here. This past season, they have not been getting points in the early minutes, and it stung them come that 4th quarter and that clutch time.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Gideon. In the first quarter of games this season, the Mustangs have been outscored 93-27. They've been rather close in the rest of these quarters, but the sluggish start has been something that has plagued this team, even going back to last season. So going to have to find a way to remedy that here tonight as they find themselves down by a touchdown with 6:20 to play in quarter number 1. We'll see J.C. White in the offense coming out for the second time tonight.
Yeah, and honestly, not much mistakes on the last possession besides that one false start. I mean, obviously you don't get the first down, but, I mean, they were basically there, so just got to build off of the last drive.
1st and 10 from the 20. White hands this off to the tailback, Lincoln Higginbotham, gets a nice gain, tumbles his way towards about the 29-yard line as we'll take another look at it here.
Yeah, and look at this here. He just follows the lead blocker and then cuts to the outside when he realizes his right lane is blocked up with gold helmets, and he finds himself about 9 yards there. Higginbotham, obviously somebody who's just blossomed in the past 4 or 5 games after Manoah Crockett obviously got injured.
Yeah, defensive back, a junior, having to go back to halfback. 2nd down and short, they find Cam Blivens. Blivens gets the first down and a little bit more, stays on his feet towards the 40 and is pushed out of bounds, but a first down for the Mustangs on the legs of Cam Blivens.
And I mean, the elusivity of Cam Blivens is something that's always going to be underestimated there, especially on the sideline. When you get a nice push on him, you think, oh, he'll just go out of bounds. No, he's going to keep those legs churning and keep running and jump over you, duck around your arms, and he certainly got many more yards there than he should have.
1st down and 10 from the 42-yard line. Mustangs are right back around where they were on the first drive where it stalled out, as it's a handoff to Higginbotham. Gets past the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of about 1 or 2 on that play.
I mean, not too bad for first down. You'd like at least 3 on the run there, but something manageable here. 2nd and 8.
5:15 to play here in this opening quarter. CPA was able to draw first blood on a 34-yard touchdown run from the senior Preston Patterson. Ball spotted on the Lipscomb Academy 44. White to throw. Looks to his left. Flushes out of the pocket, still looking, finds Higginbotham, and Higginbotham's on the move, gets past the first down marker and into CPA territory. Lincoln Higginbotham making his presence known early on.
And Brandon, all that is just taking what the defense gives you. I mean, if they're not going to cover him, just throw the ball to him and get the easy yardage. I mean, he's got at least 15 yards of separation there from the safety or the corner over there, and he takes as much as he can get there and gets the first down.
Fowler in motion. Is going to be a handoff once again. The Higginbotham evades a couple of defenders, gets just past the original line of scrimmage, but is eventually met and brought down.
It's a good job of Lincoln Higginbotham doing the best cleanup job there of a broken play and getting around a couple of tacklers to make sure he gets forward yardage there.
And Higginbotham, the stats don't do him a lot of justice. He's carried the ball 29 times coming into the night, 83 yards. An average about 3 yards per carry, but a touchdown. He has really found his place in this role back at that tailback spot. And he has gotten better and better as the season has gone on. As Cam Blivens is going to take this direct snap here for the Mustangs. Blivens going to fake the throw and take off and run. Pushing his way towards the 45 and is finally put to a stop. As J.C. White will now trot his way back out onto the field. 3rd down and 7.
Cam Blivens is always going to be one of those dual threat guys. Obviously, before J.C. White comes into the program over the summer, we saw him taking reps at QB1, and the plan was for him to play there. Obviously, he'd rather play receiver, as you see now, and when J.C. White came in, he took over that QB position. But, I mean, it's always in the Mustangs' back pocket to put him out there at QB, so you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, Cam Blivens, how about this, Gideon? He's the only player in the state with 50-plus receptions and 2+ interceptions. As 3rd down and 7. White looking downfield, going to let this one rip to Blivens. He caught it on the bobble! Oh, the concentration from Cam Blivens, and it's a first down for the Mustangs.
And number 26 on CPA can't believe that. He threw his hands up. That's going to be Saxon Clements on the coverage. Almost had the pick there, but threw it into Cam Blivens' hands. Oh, my goodness.
Blivens pushed out of bounds at the 32-yard line. First down, the Mustangs knocking on the door. White looking, has a man, finds him as Dante Fowler takes a big hit, but gets right up, and it draws a flag after the hit from Weston Williford. We'll take another look at the replay here.
I mean, this is another instance. Just take what the defense gives you. JC doesn't see it just yet. Then he gets it there. A little bit of head. Yeah, and that's all shoulder to head. Great job by the ref there on the flag.
Illegal helmet contact against Williford, so not only will the play stand, but that will push the Mustangs up even further. A 15-yard penalty will have the ball spotted at around the 12-yard line.
And Brandon, that hit has no place in playoff football. I mean, especially when you're open space alone there. I know you have that stress, you want to get that tackle, but I mean, you cannot when you launch yourself up in the air. I mean, come on now, you can't go shoulder to helmet contact and right in front of the ref and expect no flag.
And obviously no ill intent, but it's a fast-moving game, and that hit a little bit too high from Williford. So first down and 10 from the 12. Mustangs right outside the end zone, looking to respond after the CPA touchdown. A pitch out to Z Crockett. Up the left sideline, gets through one defender, but is pushed out at close to the 10-yard line.
Always be watching Blivens there. He was lined up way out in the numbers, the opposite side of the field alone with a man. I mean, that's never a bad shot to take out there.
2:29 to play here in this first quarter. Mustangs
looks like that
10 yards away from the end zone.
Move back a little bit there.
Yeah, it looked like it was around the 10-yard line, maybe the 9.5 where Crockett was pushed out. They officially rule it a 2nd down and 8, so a 2-yard gain there on that halfback pitch to Z Crockett. He's in the backfield with White to his right. Bunch set here for the Mustangs.
Chaffin now all the way down at the numbers.
As this is Cam Blivens on the keeper. Blivens cuts
space
up to his left side. Blivens evades a tackler, pushing his way forward to the end zone. Touchdown, Lipscomb Academy! Cam Blivens in for 6.
There it is. There's your dual X-Factor Swiss Army knife player, Cam Blivens. Super Cam takes the snap on the Wildcat. I mean, he's an even Wildcat. He's basically a QB, and he takes it. Obviously, originally he's trying to go up to the right, and then he sees all these yellow helmets, and he cuts the other way, finds that open space, and muscles his way in around those two defenders.
Bennett Johnson out to kick the extra point. High snap, good hold. Johnson's kick through the uprights, and good. We are knotted up at 7. A 10-yard touchdown rushing score from Cam Blivens. How about this, Gideon? That's Blivens' first rushing touchdown of the season, so he now has a receiving touchdown, a passing touchdown, a punt return touchdown, and a rushing touchdown. He also has 3 interceptions to his credit as well. He is Mr. Do-It-All.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, like I said, he's the Swiss Army knife of the team. I mean, wherever you need him at. I mean, could he play defensive line? I don't know. Probably.
Might as well add a sack to the list. Why not?
Yeah, why not? I mean, but the Mustangs, as I mentioned before, I mean, they needed that early momentum, that early scoring, and this is the form of it. They needed it in just a gritty touchdown, just muscling your way over the goal line. And who else than Cam Blivens to bring that energy to this Mustangs team?
Cam Blivens, a 3-star Columbia commit. He's actually going to be taking an official visit to Vanderbilt tomorrow for that game versus Auburn. He's gotten a lot of SEC attention over the last few months. Spoke to Vanderbilt SI and kind of talked a little bit about his recruitment. So he's been hearing from UCLA, Stanford, Michigan State, Georgia Tech. Cam Blivens, he has gotten a lot of attention, and rightfully so, as a little pooch kickoff there from Johnson. Going to be fair caught by Miller Haraff. The CPA not even going to try to return that, as they will bring their offense out onto the field for their second drive of the game, as they will start things out on the 30-yard line.
And here's where you say, hey, we're going to start playing some good defense. We're going to start stopping you at the line, take away that run game that they've been so strong at, especially last drive, and getting their heads. Cam Blivens obviously out there again, out wide.
A pair of CPA players in motion over to the right side. Clem in the backfield with Van Orman. He's going to hand it off to Clem. Stuffed it right around the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing in the way of space there for Clem. Gain of maybe 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, that's the kind of stops, that's the kind of gritty plays we need on defense, and on that line of scrimmage, just stop them where they're at. Don't let them get any space. Suffocate the field and just box them in.
2nd down and 9 coming up. One wide receiver out to each side. Watch out for Owen Cabell. Wide receiver bottom of your screen, an Alabama commit, 6'3", 205. It's going to be a handoff to Klim. Gets past one tackler, gets past another, trying to force his way forward. And his momentum is halted at around the 36-yard line. So a third down coming up at CPA, able to make it more manageable.
That's just the inevitability of 205 pounds running at you. Hard to stop. You can do it. You just need to make sure you get those legs down there. Get those legs.
Yeah, Klim last week, 10 carries for 44 yards. So far this season, 30 carries, 131 yards, and 3 touchdowns behind Rawls Patterson, who was out tonight with an injury. 3rd and 4 coming up. Ball on the 36-yard line. Bunch set here for the Lions. Now that was Klim who was going to take the snap, it looked like, as a flag is thrown. And it looks like it's going to be against Lipscomb Academy. It's an encroachment penalty against the Mustangs, so that will push CPA forward to the 41 and will give them the first down. Those are the mistakes that kill you in playoff football. So first down and 10 after that encroachment penalty. Van Orman back to take the snap. Hands it off to the tailback Patterson, who was met and dumped behind the line. Big Kobe Collins, number 55, was one of the ones to get there.
Look at that, just right as he gets over, just manhandled by Collins there. Nowhere to go. That's what you want there, especially on first down.
As the clock ticking down 13, 14 seconds ago, we've got both sides going to their respective sidelines, but a whistle going to be blown. And some booing happening as well. Not really sure what's going on. Looked like both teams were content with just kind of letting things play out. And I'm not sure, maybe one side called a timeout or what happened, but we got a bunch of whistles and the clock stopped at 11 seconds left.
Refs are still on the field, still at the spot of the ball.
It was a loss of 1 officially on the Preston Patterson run. Now they will let the clock wind down. Oh, it's a sideline warning against CPA. And it looks like the Lions are just going to let this clock tick on down to end the first quarter. We are tied at 7 after 12 minutes of play. Preston Patterson, a 34-yard rushing score to kick things off, but the Mustangs come right back and respond on a 10-yard rushing touchdown from Cam Blivens, his first of the year. We're going to take a short break, but do not go away. We will have second quarter action with you on the other side.
History tends to repeat itself. Every fall, the lights get brighter, the air gets colder, and the road to a title runs straight through a familiar name. A rivalry written in bruises, sweat, and decades of unfinished business. Tonight is another chapter in that historic rivalry. Another collision of tradition and grit. History doesn't just repeat, it evolves. Every rep, every week has built something different, something stronger, something ready. Round 1 isn't just the start of the playoffs, it's a statement. It's a reminder of who we are and what's at stake every time we step on the field. I've been here before. It's playoff time, and November football is a privilege. Survive in advance. It takes everyone. It's one tribe, one heartbeat, one brotherhood.
Bring it out towards Cabell, who skies up, could not get it, however, before it hit the ground. An incomplete pass. Third down and long coming up.
That's a big man, a big receiver. Owen Cabell there, 6'3", 206 pounds. Good defense there by the Mustangs.
Oh, there is a flag on the play. So we'll see who that is against. We talked about Cabell earlier, an Alabama committed wide receiver, a 3-star, 6'3", 206. Has blazing speed as well. He ran a 10.76 second 100-meter dash, and CPA's head coach Ingle Martin, he said that he feels like that's what got him really on the radar of schools like Alabama. As there's a holding call against the Mustangs, so it will be 2nd down and 1.
Very interesting.
So from 2nd and 11 to 2nd and 1 after the 10-yard penalty. Ball spotted right at midfield at the 50-yard line. Van Orman checking at the line of scrimmage, making some adjustments. 20 seconds to go on the play clock. He's going to hand this off to Klim. He's met at the line of scrimmage, and he's not going to get past that first down marker. A nice stand from the Mustangs' defensive front.
Great job there on the line. I was talking earlier, I mean, it's all about the battle in the line of scrimmage. If you're winning the trench war, you're probably going to be winning the game. And this is a big 3rd down in this game. I know it's early. I know it may not seem like it, but this is a big 3rd down. If you get the stop here, you know it's possible. You know what you can do, and you put that doubt and that fear in the back of the Lions' mind. And they don't play as good, but it's all about this play.
You hear the noise in the background. The Mustangs fans getting loud. 3rd and 1, ball on the 50-yard line. Both sides making a few adjustments. 15 seconds to go on the play clock. Cabell in motion. Hand off to Patterson. Gets past the first down. Pushing for more. Still moving and is swallowed up at around the 44-yard line. Preston Patterson stepping up in the backfield for CPA.
It's one of those situations where you don't necessarily lose that quote-unquote trench war, but the running back just finds his way around. Obviously, Patterson there, big guy, hard to tackle. You just need to get that early contact that the Mustangs were not able to do, not able to get that full penetration that you needed on that play.
Now it's Harris Fisher on the tackle for the Mustangs, but a 7-yard carry moves the chains for CPA. 1st and 10 at the 44. Inside Lipscomb Academy territory. One wide out to each side. And it's Van Orman making a few adjustments. It's Wright Martin, the tight end, who comes in tight. Hand off to Patterson, who was met at that line of scrimmage once again.
That's what the Mustangs were looking for on that 3rd down. They weren't able to get it, obviously, there, but they were able to get it here, as you'll see on the replay. Running back just takes it and just runs into a brick wall. And Kobe Collins there, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, Tripp Naiman there on the help as well. Kobe Collins, 2 big tackles there at the line of scrimmage. The senior defensive lineman stepping up here early on in this game. 2nd down and 10. Coming up for CPA. 9:40 to play in this half.
Only got 13 seniors, but I mean, when you see them step up, that just channels the energy through all the younger guys. It certainly helps the Mustangs out here.
Van Orman back to throw, looking left, fires middle of the field, could not hold on to it. His intended target was Wright Martin, the tight end.
Martin, I mean, as a tight end, he is a sophomore. I understand that, but you definitely need to catch those. You got body positioning on the defensive back and size advantage too, but that arm just got in there by Blivens, and man, what a job! What a job! Certainly a glimpse of his brother there.
Yeah, that's Christian Blivens, who is a full-time defensive back. His brother Cam has been doing some defensive back work on top of his receiving work. 3rd down and 10 coming up. Ball on the 44. Mustangs looking for a big stop. CPA has been successful on every 3rd down tonight. Van Orman looking to throw to his right. Finds that's Patterson, who's still on the move. Takes a big lick from Caleb Grooms.
I mean, that ball was very dangerous, but very well placed there by Van Orman. It just found that pocket. I mean, you saw the Mustang. He dove. Couldn't get his fingertips on it, but nonetheless, the Mustangs made him pay there at the end of the play, and he's going to go off.
Preston Patterson does get the first down nevertheless, so that's what CPA cares about. But how about Caleb Grooms laying the hit stick on Preston Patterson, who, by the way, is a linebacker that is one of the top tacklers in the state. Over 100 tackles this season, ranks 8th overall. So that is not hard. That's not easy to do. That's very hard to do, and Caleb Grooms made a way to make it happen. The first down and 10, ball spotted on the 30. High snap, Van Orman gets it and hands it off to Klim, who's still on his feet, still going. As Klim is finally manhandled down at around the 24-yard line. You talked about earlier, Gideon, Bradshaw Klim is a hard man to bring down. The Mustangs saw that right there.
Yeah, and honestly, I think here what you're looking at is just getting low and going for those legs. It's going to be harder to stop the upward movement.
And Orman throws it for Cabell. Flag thrown, but a touchdown CPA for now. We'll see if it stands. This is a huge call.
They're talking about holding on the Mustangs maybe.
Yeah, and it looks like that is exactly what it's going to be. CPA, they're coming off the field, and they will bring their extra point unit on. So a touchdown. Yes, and it is a holding call against the Mustangs. Penalty obviously going to be declined by Ingle Martin. So a touchdown for CPA, Owen Cabell, with his 7th touchdown score on the year.
That's one of those drives that could have been stopped way far back at the 40 or the 50-yard line. You just got to gain the consistency on those third downs. You stop them, obviously, at the line on first and second, and then that third down, they just kept on getting behind themselves and losing the positioning on their blocks. And the Mustangs really just got to gain that consistency. And once they do that, they'll be able to get some stops here. Obviously not able to do it on this drive, but you can only put it behind you at this point.
The extra point from Holiday is good. 14-7 CPA now, your score on the Owen Cabell receiving touchdown. You mentioned those third downs, Gideon, being a big point there, and it kind of swung that drive. If you remember, on that 3rd and 1, there was that penalty that bumped CPA up 10 yards. It was 3rd and 11 prior to that, and then that 3rd and 10, they're able to find Preston Patterson on a play that moves the stick. So, a couple of 3rd and long opportunities where you can't get off the field, you make a couple of mistakes, you allow a play to be made, and it results in CPA getting on the board and retaking the lead.
Yeah, and that's always going to be a big factor, especially in high school games, and for this Mustang team that's so young is discipline and gaining discipline as the season goes on. Obviously, we've seen that happen with this young team, but they're still young and they're still going to make those mistakes as they did early in the season, and we see a little bit of it right there. Yeah. But I'll tell you, whoever can gain consistency in this game first will get that W.
Yeah, you mentioned the youth on this Mustangs team. If you weren't with us during the pregame, we talked about it a little bit earlier. This Mustangs roster features 42 underclassmen this season. That is over 63% of the players on their team. So this is a very young team against a CPA squad with a lot of experience. Having made 5 straight title appearances in the Division II AA level, has won each of the last 2 titles. As after that touchback, Lipscomb Academy will get things started on the 20-yard line. Their last possession ended in a Cam Blivens 10-yard rushing score, hoping for a little bit more of that same success the third time around.
Yeah, and I think there's a big difference between what we saw on that drive and what we've been seeing throughout this season is that every play was so different from the last. And every play had something different, and it all ended up working out, and everything just flowed as it should have. Offensive line did its job. Receivers did their job blocking. See if they can do that this drive.
White gives it on a handoff, a gain of maybe about 1 or 2. As that was Lincoln Higginbotham that got the carry.
Number 5, Lincoln Higginbotham on the carry.
Again, maybe not what you want there on first down, but I mean, you have second down. Obviously, just need to get at least half of that yardage. Make it manageable. Don't try to get all of it here. I know that's tempting because it's second down and everybody says to take shots on second down, but you don't need it. Just take it slow and steady.
White fakes the handoff, evades a sack. Nice move from White. White tosses it over to Blivens, who makes the catch, gets a foot down in bounds, and it's a first down for Mustangs. Super Cam on the play once again.
What are you going to do about it? I mean, superhuman Cam Blivens gets another catch and another great throw there by J.C. White. I was a little worried he was going to slip there because of the conditions of the field. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, maybe it has dried up a lot more, but here we go.
As we want to make sure we welcome in everyone that has joined us here today. Brandon Bigsby alongside my broadcast partner Gideon Carter. You're watching LA Mustangs broadcasting as a handoff over to the tailback Lincoln Higginbotham again. He got tripped up around the shoelace. Gets maybe a gain of 1, but I don't know if he got anything at all. They're going to mark him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the Lions are doing a great job of closing those gaps there on the line of scrimmage on this drive. Happened twice now on first down where the Mustangs have ran the ball in the same spot and gotten really just plugged up.
Second down and 10, ball at the 33-yard line. 6:45 to play here in the half. CPA just scored a touchdown pass to Owen Cabell. Jack Kleinite, the tight end, in motion. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. White hands this one off. Respectable game, but is met right around about the 40, say about the 40-ish yard line, give or take. And that is where they'll spot him, is at the 40. So third down and manageable coming up now for the Mustangs.
Interesting on third down here, you'll see Zeke Crockett come in. Maybe the Mustangs thinking run here.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of different running backs come in and come out for the Mustangs so far tonight. We've seen Lincoln Higginbotham get the vast majority of the carries, but we've also seen Robert Nicholas, Zeke Crockett, as you mentioned.
J.C. White just came off the field as well.
So it's going to be Cam Blivens taking the direct snap with Zeke Crockett to his right. Ball on the 39-yard line. Third down and 4 for Lipscomb Academy. Blivens hands it off to Crockett. Crockett cannot escape the clutches of the Lions. The tackle was made by number 18, Harrison Hastings.
Lions obviously knew exactly what the Mustangs were thinking there on that third down and able to stop them for almost no gain there.
It's like the Mustangs maybe thought about going for it for a second, but now the offense will come off of the field and they'll bring out Tyler Guinness to punt this one away. Back to return it. It's going to be Pierce Tassa, the senior wide receiver.
So they need to watch on this next drive how the Mustangs react.
Ball going to be snapped from the 39-yard line. Tassa waiting for it at the 25. Nice boot from Guinness. Tassa going to chase that one, let it roll. It's still going. A great punt from Tyler Guinness. And it's going to take a pause at around the 7-yard line. And the celebration there from the punter, Tyler Guinness, and rightfully so.
Let that ball go like 60 yards, including the roll. I mean, come on. What else do you want out of a punter than that?
Don't think you can ask for much more on that one. It'll be officially marked at the 8-yard line. Guinness punted that all the way from his own 31. So a great boot from Guinness. And that is where CPA will start things off as they lead 14-7 with 4:35 to play. If you're just now joining us, once again, it was 7-7 after the first quarter. A rushing score from Rawls Patterson for CPA and a rushing touchdown from Cam Blivens for Lipscomb Academy tied things at 7. But then Owen Cabell on a receiving touchdown gave the Lions the lead 14-7. Well, thank you all for joining us here on this Friday night. As it's going to be a handoff here to Clem. It's a nice gain. They'll spot him down at looks like around the 13-yard line. Trip Naaman on the tackle.
Clem's not having a bad night so far. He's done pretty good in the absence of the RB1 here. I mean, what more do you want on first down than 3 or 4 yards?
4 minutes to go in this first half. CPA, they will receive to start the second half, so just something to put a bookmark in as we get later on the second quarter. Van Orman hands it off once again to Clem. Gets a couple, but still short of that first down marker.
It'll be about 3rd and 2 here for the Lions. Mustangs need to step up, stop this drive here. They haven't been the best on 3rd and short so far in this game, but they have a chance to change it here and a chance to turn the game in their favor yet again.
3rd down and 1. CPA perfect on 3rd down so far in this game. Bunch set. Low snap, but they do find Klim. He's trying to push his way forward. It's awfully close. We'll see where they stopped his forward progress, that he was right at around the line to gain. And they are going to move him forward and say that he got the first down. So the big man, Bradshaw Klim, needed one, got two. First down for CPA. 2:54 to play here in this first half. CPA, they seem plenty fine just running the ball as they can, as Van Orman going to let it fly. This time it is caught potentially. We'll see what the ruling is, and they'll rule it incomplete.
It's ruled incomplete.
It was intended for Dylan Streeter, the sophomore wideout.
Very interesting. I mean, I thought that was a catch. It looked pretty nice, but we'll take it, refs. I mean, no problem there. That ball was very interestingly thrown. I mean, he let that one go before the break, and then the receiver obviously turned back to see it coming his way. No greater feeling, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue maybe it was a little early. Maybe that's something that they've worked on a good bit in practice. The quarterbacks and receivers, they kind of have that communication on when they want that ball thrown depending on the timing of the break. So maybe something that was planned there between Van Orman and Streeter. But nevertheless, incomplete pass. Second down and 10 coming up from the 19.
Probably going run here. Second and long.
And it is going to be a run. This is Preston Patterson once again. CPA wants a flag for a face mask. They're not going to get it. But still a nice gain there from Patterson on the run.
Not too sure about a face mask there. Was a little somewhere around the head or collar action on that tackle. Looked a little bit dangerous, but nonetheless we play on.
Yeah, it's going to be a first down for CPA. They moved the sticks as Patterson was able to get it to the 29. Van Orman back to throw, under pressure, fires one middle of the field. It is nearly picked and nearly caught, but will nevertheless fall to the ground incomplete. It was intended for number 45, Patrick Maddox.
Yeah, that ball on a rope straight through the hands of both Trip Naaman and number 45 receiver. And, I mean, you just got to put a little bit more arc on that ball if you're Van Orman. I realize you're trying to fit it into a little space there, but obviously him under pressure wasn't able to make the right throw.
Van Orman, he's had his moments, but overall 53.5% of his passes completed so far. Obviously you want to see that a little bit higher if you're CPA, but when he's on the money, he has been on it. Just a little bit too high on that one. Second down and 10 coming up from the 29.
Patterson back in the backfield.
Van Orman's going to hand it off to Patterson. He is still going, and Harris Fisher meets him. He's still somehow on his feet, but the Mustangs will not give up as they knock him down well behind the line of scrimmage.
Well behind, and if he resumed forward motion there, he's going to, they're going to go back about 5 yards here.
Got to respect the fight there from Preston Patterson. Just kept going. He would not go down to the ground, trying to find something. As Lipscomb Academy is going to call a timeout to preserve a bit of clock here. With 1:56 to play before the half, they'll have 2 remaining. CPA with all 3 of theirs left in their back pocket.
You see the moon here tonight. It's shining bright.
Beautiful shot from our LA Mustangs broadcasting camera crew up top. You weren't with us earlier on. It was a monsoon coming into this game. Torrential downpour, lightning. We had an hour and a half weather delay before we kicked off at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. But since this game has gotten going, it has not disappointed us so far. Good back and forth action, hard-nosed football, punches and counter punches as round 1 of the TSSAA Division II AAA playoffs. The winner will face off against Ensworth next Friday night.
Yeah.
Both these teams have played against Ensworth this season too, so it'll be a rematch.
This is your opportunity for the Mustangs. You need this ball back before the half. You need to put at least 3 points on the board. Just get some momentum going into half. Obviously not the worst here. You're within 1 possession, but certainly don't want to make it 2 going into the half.
3rd and 15, ball's at the 24. CPA needs to get to the 39. Van Orman back to throw, looking left. He's going to let it fly for a Cabell, and he cannot find him. Overshot him by about a yard.
And that's scary. Nobody there. He was in behind the defense, and I mean, when there's only one receiver out in the field, Mustangs got to do better than that.
It's Cabell. He got a beat there on Blivens, but was not able to connect with his quarterback. Fourth down coming up. And coming out to punt this one away for CPA, number 85, Reeves Claxton, the junior. Cam Blivens back to return the punt. He has returned a pair for touchdowns this season. High snap, Claxton able to get it, nearly blocked. He's able to get it off as that ball will roll out of bounds at around the 44-yard line, 46-yard line. So Lipscomb Academy with some pretty good field position to start out here.
Maybe a little bit. I know we always talk about the pressure defensive linemen put on QBs, even though they're not touching them. Just the presence of them being there, throwing off their game. Maybe a little bit of that for the punter there, as that goes almost straight out of bounds there. And the Mustangs are going to have great field position here.
Yeah, they'll officially spot it at the 47. I thought it would be at around the 46, but they'll push them up a yard further. And Lipscomb Academy just outside of CPA territory to set up shop. 1:43 to play here in the second quarter. Mustangs looking to tie things up, down 14-7.
2 timeouts nonetheless. So I mean, take this one slow and easy. Use all 3 of your downs if you can, and just milk the clock here and get at least 3 on the board.
White fakes the handoff, looking right, now scrambles out, flushes out of the pocket. He's going to just take off and run and gets about a yard, give or take. It's off the clock with 1:36 to play.
So that's a good play there. I know he didn't really get any gain there, but I mean, when you're 4 or 5 yards behind the scrimmage and you got nothing open downfield, you're still in the pocket. I mean, just see what you can do with the ball, run out of bounds, so you don't have to use that timeout, of course, and you always got second down here.
Yeah, he stepped out right at that line of scrimmage, so second down and 10 for the Mustangs. Z. Crockett to the left of J.C. White in the backfield.
Lions playing deep coverage here.
It's Dante Fowler in motion, high snap, but is able to get the handoff to Z. Crockett, who gets it past midfield, is wrapped up and brought down at around the 49, maybe 48.5-yard line, as they will spot him at the 48. So 3rd and 5 coming up.
Never a bad idea to run the ball right now. I know you got a minute 15 left, but you have 2 timeouts, and when the safeties are playing back, if you get past those linebackers, you got at least 8 to 10 yards of forward motion.
3rd and 5. White fakes the handoff. Looking under pressure, trying to float one up, and it's caught by Dante Fowler! Wow. Weston Williford cannot believe it. He thought he had a pick, but White finds Fowler right on the money. First down, Mustangs.
That is just a perfect throw by J.C. White. Oh, my goodness. Any lower, that's a pass deflection. It might have been tipped a little bit by the fingers there, that CPA defender, but just right over his hands and just right under the other defensive back, too, into the hands of Dante Fowler, able to get that first down and move the sticks here and nonetheless get out of bounds and stop the clock. Mustangs have 53 seconds and 30 yards to go with 2 timeouts.
Great situation for Jamie Graham and his Mustangs offense. Can they capitalize? As Cam Blivens is going to scramble out after the handoff. He's looking to throw it. It's tipped up and incomplete. He was looking for Z. Crockett.
I mean, you got the time to try something like that, go for it. That is a great idea by the coaching staff. Always good to be creative in these types of situations when you have the time and the space to do so. And they did, and they tried it. Although it didn't work out, I mean, there's always the chance that it does, and there's always the chance of a benefit from it. So not a bad idea in total, but you are looking at second down here.
And Blivens, he had scored on a rushing touchdown earlier, so why not give him that end around and fake it to give him the option to throw it? You might catch CPA off guard, but the Lions were ready for it. Second down and 10, ball at the 30. Robert Nicholas, the tailback in motion. White, play action, has plenty of time. Dancing around the pocket, and he's going to take off and run. Directing traffic, and he's just going to air this one out of bounds and out of harm's way, incomplete.
And Brandon, I really don't think the Mustangs need to be taking end zone shots right now. you have your running back over there in the flat wide open with a good margin from the defense away. I mean, just throw it out there. Maybe he didn't see it. But again, I just take what the defense is going to give you and run with it. If you're on the 20-yard line and you're taking end zone shots from there, it's a lot better than taking it from the 30.
36 seconds to go in this first half. Mustangs trying to find the tying answer. The ball's on the 30, so a field goal from here would be 47 yards from Bennett Johnson. Pistol formation. Faking the handoff is White. Looking. Fires one right to Blivens, and he catches it. Blivens still going, and he stopped at the 16-yard line. A 14-yard play to Cam Blivens, and another Mustangs first down. And with 28 seconds left, Jamie Graham going to call a timeout on the Mustangs sideline.
Great job there by Cam Blivens. Good throw by J.C. White to fit it into that tight pocket. Blivens, you'll see textbook wide receiver work there. He gets it, and then he brings it in. He's expecting the contact, and that's, I mean, like I said, textbook. He just goes down. I mean, there's no reason to get it any farther when you're already wrapped up. And then, obviously, the coaching there. Running in, taking that timeout from Jamie Graham. I mean, what more could you want from a 2-minute drill than that?
28 seconds to go. One timeout remaining for Lipscomb Academy. Ball is at the 16-yard line, and they are in the red zone for the second time tonight.
Yeah, Brennan, and this is where you take your end zone shots. You have one timeout here. Save it for your opt-out. Save it for when you need to just say, okay, we're taking the field goal, whatever, let's get to halftime. But right here is the perfect spot to say we have enough space to go for a pass. We also could possibly run it. Probably not, though. You're probably more likely going to want to get some pass, some one-on-one matchup near the outside. Obviously, watch Blivens here. He's lined up in the slot. But just some shot here.
Empty backfield for Lipscomb Academy. The tailback, Z. Crockett, is out wide, bombing your screen. White is going to take off and run this himself. J.C. White with some space. J.C. White breaks past the defender, pushing his way forward. He's still going. J.C. White, a man not to be denied. Touchdown, Mustangs.
J.C. White. I said at the beginning of the game, he's a man with an arm, but he's also a man with some great legs. My goodness.
J.C. White, Magic Man, once again into the end zone, and the Mustangs an extra point away from tying this game up.
Man, you think he's going to go one way, he just goes the opposite direction and then cuts back the same one that you just thought you were in to get him. And boom, he's across the goal line for a 16-yard rushing touchdown at the end of the half.
Oh, it's an unsportsmanlike conduct called against the Mustangs. I didn't see where it happened. But nevertheless, that is going to push back the kickoff a little bit. Doesn't affect the extra point, but
that is something to watch. There's still CPA has 3 timeouts and 19 seconds to work with.
That's a big penalty.
Yeah, it's a lot of time too, especially when you have that penalty.
And Owen Cabell, who is typically the return man for CPA, he has returned a kickoff for a touchdown this season. Went 96 yards to the house against Pearl Cone all the way back in week 2. But the attention now towards the extra point as Ben Johnson will kick this one up and through. We are tied once again at 14 apiece. Gideon, you mentioned the legs of J.C. White, the elusiveness that he has. One of the state's leading passers, but that running ability is something that we've talked about throughout the season. It got CPA head coach Engel Martin's attention as well. He said this on the George Plaster show earlier today when they interviewed him talking about J.C. White. He said, I think when you look across there, they've got an offense that's number one. Their quarterback takes 3 or 4 people to tackle. You don't see him go down with one person around him typically. Very elusive kid that can make plays with both his feet and with his arm. Well, Engel Martin, he saw the scouting report happen right in front of his eyes, and the Mustangs are right back on the board.
I mean, now it's just about getting that finishing touch on this half. You have what you want. You've executed what you need on offense. Special teams needs to get a deep ball in there and make sure Owen Cabell here doesn't take it past, the 40-yard line, and you got yourself a good chance of getting out of this half and the game being tied.
Yeah, you can see Cabell over there, number Number one, actually, they're not going to have Cabell out there this time around, which is interesting considering he has been the main return man. He's had 10 of the 13 returns for CPA.
Is that CPA saying we want to take this to the half too? Or does Cabell just want to take a break?
Johnson going to boot this one away from the 25.
Nice
kick. And it's not even going to roll out of bounds.
He's taking it, too.
It's going to be returned by number 25, Gabe Cabell, who is wrapped up and met. What a play. That is number 4 of the Mustangs, Eli Mast, the defensive back.
And look at this. I mean, I don't know why you picked that ball up. It's rolling into the end zone. Just let it go. You get way better field position there. When you're picking that up, you immediately pin yourself in that corner. He tries to find the edge, obviously, but, I mean, he's not like his brother there. He doesn't have that speed just yet. And
Owen Cabell, he's the younger brother of Owen, has stepped up a couple of times, but that's going to be one you might want to have back. A CPA, it looks like they're just going to go ahead and take this one into the halftime locker room and kneel it down.
Great job there by special teams in the academy.
A big tackle from Eli Mast, the junior defensive back of Lipscomb Academy. As the clock hits triple zeros, and we are tied 14 apiece at the end of 2 quarters. Gideon, we talked about it. It was a long way to get here. We had the hour and a half weather delay, but so far, you mentioned those $10 tickets student had to pay. I'd say they've gotten their money's worth so far through 24 minutes of action.
And you know what? I said, man, like there are some people said, why would we come? It's going to be raining. It's $10. You know what? It's not even raining. It's not even raining out here, and the weather is great. $10 definitely worth it, as this one is going to be one heck of a finish and one beautiful football game in the second half.
Yeah, it's turned into a beautiful night after some early rainstorms throughout the night. 14-14 your score. Lipscomb Academy tying things up with 13 seconds to go in the first half after J.C. White took it into his own hands, rushing into the end zone for a touchdown score. We're going to take a break, but folks, do not go away. We'll be right back with the halftime report before we start up the second half. Brandon Bigsby, Gideon Carter with you on the call. Thank you all for spending your Friday night with us. Don't go away. Be right back in a few minutes.
Jordan, my guy, what's good, man? Doing all right. Man, it's so we doing this thing called 4 and 5, man. Just kind of reaching back out to all the alumni. All the dudes that kind of left recently. And just trying to make sure, man, just trying to check in with you so we can show something to the boys. So, first question, what's your favorite high school memory?
Championship weekend, championship week, go up to the hotel. First of all, travel to the hotel is always fun. Getting on the bus, that's crazy. And then watching Lil Creed, all the guys and stuff. That's the great part.
What would you tell your junior self?
My junior self, I would tell myself just keep going, even though fight through the injuries and stuff. I still got injured, junior year. Go invisible, even through the injuries, just keep going.
Yeah, I like that. The moment you realized you were in college ball,
I would say the first game, I came through the tunnel. All I seen was smoke. I look up, I seen a lot of people in the stands. I'm like, bro, I'm really here.
Yeah,
I really made it.
It's different. It's different, especially when you're in the SEC, man. It's different.
So my first touchdown, the OC had called a play that we've been working on all week. Before he asked me what routes I like to run, I said, I like deep balls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he put me in on a play that was mainly a deep ball. And I ran it one time in practice, I scored on it. So he put me in on the game. I ran it, boom, with a stick. I ran it. I'm like, if you can just get this ball out.
Yeah.
Junior Cheryl, coach. Junior Cheryl just broke out.
I know I see the ball coming in the air. It's coming to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. I'm ready. I was looking at my hands. Touchdown. I'm like, that ain't go. Get Junior Cheryl.
Yeah.
All that. It's crazy.
Yeah. I text you and everything after that one. That was good to see. What did this program do best to prepare you?
Keep my faith in God, through all the process, through all the trials and tribulations, all that stuff. Keep the faith on.
Good. Last one, man. How has your faith sustained you through a tough time in college?
Basically, you stand down and me and Uncle until your time comes. You got to be patient.
Yep.
The guy got play for you, but you got to be patient. Wait until your time comes.
I love it. Well, man, look, I appreciate you, man. You know, I love you. You know, it's big time, man. And shoot, you at Van, you at home. So I just appreciate you stopping by, man, for real.
The finale. The end is here. As the 199th pick in the draft, no one thought my career would turn out the way it has. The same way no one thought you guys would be in this game. Neither of us are done writing our own story. Winter has come. For every Mustang, there's no turning back. October 23rd doesn't matter anymore. What matters is your process.
History tends to repeat itself. Every fall, the lights get brighter, the air gets colder, and the road to a title runs straight through a familiar name.
Flat, looking to throw, fires in the end zone. He's got Bill Flowers in the end zone. He catches it, touchdown!
A rivalry written in bruises, sweat, and decades of unfinished business. Tonight is another chapter in that historic rivalry. Another collision of tradition and grit. History doesn't just repeat, it evolves. Every rep, every week has built something different, something stronger, something ready. Round one isn't just the start of the playoffs, it's a statement. It's a reminder of who we are and what's at stake every time we step on the field. I've been here before. It's playoff time, and November football is a privilege. Survive in advance. It takes everyone. It's one tribe, one heartbeat, one brotherhood.
Junior, my guy, what's good, man? Doing all right? Man, it's so we doing this thing called 4 and 5, man. Just kind of reaching back out to all the alumni, all the dudes that kind of left recently. and just trying to make sure, man, just trying to check in with you so we can show something to the boys. So, first question, what's your favorite high school memory?
Championship weekend, championship week, you know, go up to the hotel. First of all, travel to the hotel is always fun. You know, getting on the bus, that's crazy. And then watching Lil Creed, all the guys and stuff. Yeah, that's the great part.
What would you tell your junior self?
My junior self, I would tell myself just keep going, even though like fighting through the injuries and stuff. Like, I still got injured, junior year, going visible like even through the industry, just keep going.
Yeah, I like that. The moment you realized you were in college ball,
I would say the first game, I came through the tunnel. All I seen was smoke. I look up, I seen it's like a lot of people in the stands. I'm like, bro, I'm really here.
Yeah,
I really made it.
It's different. It's different, especially when you're in the SEC, man. It's different.
So my first touchdown, the OC had called a play that we've been working on all week. Before he asked me what routes did I like to run, I said, I like deep balls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he put me in on a play that was mainly a deep ball. And I ran it one time in practice, I scored on it. So he threw me in on the game. I ran it, boom, I stick. I ran it. I'm like, if you just get this ball out.
Yeah.
Junior Cheryl, coach. Junior Cheryl just broke out.
I know I see the ball coming in the air. It's coming to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. I'm ready. I was looking at my hands. That's what I'm like. That ain't no. Junior Cheryl.
Yeah.
All that. It's crazy.
Yeah. I text you and everything after that one. That was good to see. What did this program do best to prepare you?
Keep my faith in God, do all the process, do all the trials and tribulations, all that stuff. Keep the faith on it.
Good. Last one, man. How has your faith sustained you through a tough time in college?
Basically, you staying down and being over until your time comes. You got to be patient.
Yep.
God got faith for you, but you got to be patient and wait until your time comes.
I love it. Well, man, look, I appreciate you, man. You know I love you. You know it's big time, man. And shoot, you at Vandy, you at home, so I just appreciate you stopping by, man, for real.
We are back with you here from Nashville as we get set to start the second half. Brandon Bigsby alongside my broadcast partner, Gideon Carter. You were watching LA Mustangs broadcasting. Gideon, a fun first half of action. We're tied at 14, had a couple of rushing scores, had a passing touchdown, had some good defensive stops. We really got a little bit of everything, exactly what you expect to see, and not just a playoff game, but a rivalry playoff game at that.
Yes, we have. I mean, we really saw everything we could have seen in the first half as far as offensive plays and defensive plays. I mean, it just kept on going back and forth and back and forth. You thought maybe CPA was going to pull away with it after that defensive stop, and then the Mustangs come around with their own, get the ball back with around a minute 53 left in the half, and, I mean, they got something going, didn't they?
Each side scoring a touchdown in each quarter. Will take you through the scoring summary from that first half if you weren't with us through that whole time. Preston Patterson, a 34-yard rushing score on CPA's first possession of the game that came after a 4th down and 1 stop from the CPA defense to set up that drive to make it a 7-0 Lions lead. But the Mustangs in the next possession come right back down the field. A 10-yard rushing touchdown from Cam Blivens, his first of the year, ties things up at 7-7. Then on to the second quarter. CPA, we haven't seen him throw the ball too much, just 2 completions all night, but one of the most important plays of the game, Jack Van Orman using his arm and finding his star receiver, the Alabama commit, Owen Cabell, on a 24-yard touchdown score, make it 14-7. But again, the Mustangs punch, counterpunch, punch, counterpunch. J.C. White on the move, takes it himself, a 16-yard rushing score to tie things up with 13 seconds to go in the first half. And that is where we find ourselves heading into half number 2. Gideon, I got to ask you, man, what are you going to be looking out for in this next 2 quarters of play?
I mean, the secondary on the Mustangs, they have got to watch Owen Cabell. He has been getting in behind and in front of and just being a pest to this secondary. Van Orman hasn't gotten it to him as much as he probably could have. But when he is open, he is the biggest threat on the field and the biggest problem for the Mustangs.
Look at the stats from that first half. Lipscomb Academy, 72 rushes on 17 carries. CPA, 82 rushing yards on 17 carries. So the same amount of touches, only a 10-yard difference between the two. Really, it's been the pass game that has been such a difference maker. Jack Van Orman, 2 for 6, 38 yards, 1 touchdown. J.C. White, nothing short of efficient, 9 for 10, 106 yards. Yet to score. Both of the touchdowns have been on the ground. It just goes to show you what this Mustangs offense is able to do through the air. Cam Blivens leading all receivers with 5 catches of 58 yards. Cam Fowler right behind him with 2 receptions for 27 yards. That's the horn, and that means we are ready to start half number 2. Lipscomb Academy will kick things off this time around, while back to return it for CPA will be a trio of guys. Owen Cabell as well as others.
Tell you what, Brandon, I got to stand up. I might fall asleep. We're having a late one tonight.
Yeah, it's 9:45 p.m. Central Time. This game was initially supposed to kick off at 7 p.m. Central, but we had an hour and a half delay due to weather and lightning, so we didn't get things going until 8:30. It's been a rather fast-moving game, but nevertheless, hope you got a little energy drink, maybe a coffee next to you, because you're going to need all the energy you can get. As Bennett Johnson, a little pooch kick, as Lipscomb Academy gets it! That's Jackson Spencer! He's still on the move, and he's wrapped up at the 15. There is a flag, as I don't think you can do that. Let's take another look at it, however. That did go about 10 yards.
I mean,
Lipscomb Academy saying they have it.
I feel like that went 10 yards, and that's how far it has to go before you touch it for an onside kick. Are there any other rules that you can think of?
I mean, nothing's coming to mind. You got to remember, if it's a kickoff past 10 yards, the first to get it gets it. And they're going to call the play illegal.
Interesting. Because that ball's kicked from the 45. It's picked up at around 40-ish. That's like at least 15 yards, no?
Ref, you suck chance from the Mustangs faithful. And look, I'm not going to act like I'm the smartest guy that ever walked the face of the earth. I am far from it, but there is nothing that comes to mind for me in this booth that says why it would have been a penalty. It went 10 yards. It was a fair kickoff. Jackson Spencer just beat everyone to the punch and got it.
Yeah.
I'd love to know the explanation for that one.
Maybe there's something different about that in high school that I'm not aware
possible.
of.
And that's going to give CPA great field position. They're going to start out on the Lipscomb Academy 45-yard line. That is a seismic swing.
Definitely.
And another flag.
Maybe they changed their minds. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
CPA, I believe, is going to be called for a penalty here. They're already moving back. It's going to be a false start on the Lions. This is when I wish the officials had mics on. I would love to have known the explanation for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not going to say what the right or wrong call is, but from my knowledge, you would have thought that was a fair play.
Yeah, most of my football knowledge comes from the NCAA and the NFL rules, so I'm not well versed on high school rules as far as that goes, but there had to have been something illegal about that.
1st and 15, ball on the 50. Preston Patterson on the handoff. He's still moving, evading some tacklers, and is wrapped up at just a little bit beyond the original line of scrimmage. Trip Naiman on yet another tackle. One of the state's leading tacklers coming into tonight. Makes another one there. 2nd down and 9 coming up after the 6-yard carry from Patterson. Patterson, 4 carries for 39 yards and a touchdown score in that first half.
He's been rumbling.
And he's been going between him and Bradshaw Klein, 12 carries for 46 yards. Van Orman fakes the handoff, dumps us off to Cabell, who has some room to run. Eli Mast able to wrap him up around the ankles. Cabell short of the first down marker, and a 3rd down and short coming up for CPA.
And that's a great tackle there on a very, very big competitor in Owen Cabell, who are 6'3", over 200 pounds.
Eli Mast, he's been one of the sure-handed tacklers on this Mustangs team. 3rd on the team in tackles with 57, 32 of them solo, 2.5 of them tackles for loss. He recovered an onside kick actually as well last week, so he's able to do everything so far for this team. 3rd down and 3, ball at the 40. excuse me, the 38-yard line. A low snap picked up by Climb, gets the first down and a little bit more as he's stopped by Christian Blivens, but CPA nevertheless going to move the sticks.
Mustangs again getting hurt by that 3rd and short. Gotta find an answer for that.
So first down for Climb. That was nice hands by him as well, because that snap from the center was quite low. He had to pretty much pick that up right off the ground, but didn't slow down his momentum at all. Was able to pick that ball up and go right forward to move the sticks. 10:06 to play here in quarter number 3. We're tied at 14. 13 seconds to go on the play clock. Van Orman hands it off to Preston Patterson, who is rumbling his way down the field, still going. Mustangs trying to bring him down. They're finally able to at around the 21-yard line. CPA keeps on rolling.
They have got to find an answer for Patterson. I know he's a big guy, but again, they keep on trying to challenge him up high, and they're going to lose that battle every time. You cannot take a big defender up top at level with them. You have to get low and have to take out the very thing that is pushing them forward, which is their legs. Might seem like a little dirty play, but as long as you do it safely, it really isn't. And the Mustangs need to do that.
And run defense was a sore spot for the Mustangs a week ago. Allowed 229 rushing yards on 29 carries in the loss to Brentwood Academy. That's 7.9 yards per run. First down and 10 on the 21. Van Orman to throw. Going to dump this off to number 42. That is the tight end, Juice Brenson.
Flag here.
Excuse me, Jefferson Brenson is a flag, as you mentioned, thrown.
Nothing bad on the tackle, so got to be something away from the ball here.
So Jefferson Brenson with a respectable gain, but it doesn't look like it's going to stay. CPA, they're already walking back, and holding calls, you mentioned, more than likely going to be the cause. I accidentally called Jefferson Brenson Juice Brenson. He had some juice on that play, so it still would have fit pretty well. It is a holding call on CPA. That'll knock him back 10 yards. First down and 20 from the 31. Upcoming.
Big opportunity for this defense. First and 20, yeah. It's a long way to go. Definitely can't let them convert here. Hopefully I didn't just jinx it, but we'll see, I guess.
Going to be a fake handoff. Van Orman finds his man in Cabell, past the 20, wrapped up at around the 17.
So, I mean, that's not really a jinx, is it, though? I mean, you got a little bit too far there, but not a first down just yet.
Yeah, 2nd and 7 upcoming. That was Cam Blivens on the tackle, by the way, so two of the top receivers in the state on the play, Cabell and Blivens.
Mustangs again on pace for another 3rd and short here. Really need to figure out a way to get them behind the line or at the line on this 2nd down. Probably going another throw here from the Lions.
Yeah, and CPA, they've been really impressive on 3rd down. They've converted all but one so far tonight. Last week against Macaulay, they were 2 for 10 on 3rd down conversions. Van Orman going to hand this off to Preston Patterson. He's not going to get to the first down marker. There is a flag, however, thrown right after that tackle.
CPA player number 74 looks like on the ground here in some pain.
Yeah, Patterson's taking his helmet off, too. You heard that smack. There's still a CPA player down on the field. We'll wait the penalty call while the CPA player, that's offensive lineman Ben Hale, who's down right now. Luckily, he was able to pop up and walk off. That's good to see.
Indeed.
Still waiting to see what the call is. You wonder if maybe it could potentially be illegal contact to the head. You heard that smack of the helmet, and the flag was thrown right after, but we'll wait and see what the call is. And it is going to go against Lipscomb Academy. Grabbing the face mask.
Interesting.
So it is a defensive infraction against the Mustangs. That's going to push CPA to an automatic first down. 1st and goal coming up from the 8-yard line, and they've seen some critical penalties come against the Mustangs. Another one potentially right there.
Certainly not the type of drive you want to open a half here for the Mustangs.
7:40 to go. CPA right on the doorstep.
They still have a chance to change it.
Bradshaw climb in the backfield behind Van Norman. He's going to hand it off to him. Climb, not much room. He is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go.
Mustangs need a couple more of those. They should get out of this one. Just a small scratch.
How about Kobe Collins with another tackle there? He has been a reliable run stuffer. That's about number 3 for him tonight.
He's been there every down, it seems like, on the line of scrimmage. Doesn't let anybody go by him.
2nd down and goal. Preston Patterson back in the backfield with Van Orman. Is CPA going to make an adjustment and change their formation? 2 tight ends set to the right side. Cabell, the man in motion. Van Orman hands it off to Patterson. He's going to punch it into the end zone. Touchdown, CPA.
Patterson, bites again. Mustangs cannot find a way to stop him, and it really gets him here.
2nd score on the night for Preston Patterson. And CPA, for the 3rd time tonight, up by a score. Camden Holiday out to kick the extra point for the Lions. Good snap, good hold. And the kick is good. Lions back on top, 21-14 your score. And you know, Gideon, I can't help but to go back to the initial kickoff. Lipscomb Academy kick it off. They recover it right out of the air. It went 10 yards. As we saw, it was recovered around the 40-yard line, but a flag was thrown for an illegal kick.
Yeah, I've been handed some information here by the production team. It tells me a kicking team can only recover a pooch kick if the ball has been touched by a member of the receiving team first. So it looks like they treat it, because it's not necessarily a ball that's on the ground and it's in the formation of an onside kick. It's treated as a real kickoff because of that. And so the receiving team has to touch the ball before the kicking team can recover it.
So in other words, it is treated the same as an onside kick.
Correct.
To where it has to be touched. That is a great explanation. A big shout out to our LA Mustangs broadcasting team behind the scenes. Hard at work getting that rule clarified for us and hopefully for some of you at home as well. Holiday boots this one away. Trip Naaman back to return. He's going to let that one go over his head for a touchback. And J.C. White, the Mustangs offense, will start out on the 20-yard line. A phenomenal first half of play for the quarterback, J.C. White. 9 for 10, 106 yards passing. Had the rushing score as well. He actually leads all Mustangs in rushing yards as well. 4 carries, 28 yards, and that 16-yard score. The tie thing is up before the half.
Yeah, J.C. White's been big in this game. You've seen his development come in handy and just his maturity over the season. It's definitely a different player than what we saw at McCauley in week 1. He's just so much more polished, and his decision-making has gotten so much better.
And Jamie Graham, before the season started, talked about White's experience. He started 2 playoff games last year with Brentwood. 1-1, lost 1, as a quick handoff going to lead to about a gain of 1. That was Lincoln Higginbotham. Gideon, if you're the Mustangs, what are you looking to do here? Down by 7. You had a touchdown on that last possession you were out on the field, but that was about 30 minutes ago now, and you're looking to carry that momentum forward.
I mean, I'm looking at short completions here. You got a whole half to work with. You're down by 1 possession. So you're not racing the clock whatsoever. As long as you get at least 3 or 4 yards every play. Or, I mean, more is obviously more the merrier, of course, but just focus on getting what you need, not everything all at once.
White fakes the handoff to Higginbotham. He's looking downfield. He's going to dump this off to him as Higginbotham gets tackled out at around the 26-yard line. So a nice game for the Mustangs to make it 3rd down and short.
And that's a perfect play for 2nd down. Just get a good chunk. Get half of what you need so you can set up for a manageable 3rd down. Obviously, not exactly the deficit you want on 3rd down, but it is manageable, and it is a higher rate of success at 4 yards.
3rd and 4, ball spotted at the 26-yard line. 5:43 to play in quarter number 3. We just saw CPA retake the lead on a Preston Patterson 8-yard touchdown score. His second rushing score of the night. Higginbotham in motion. White looking his way, going to take off, puts on a move, and White is still going. Evades another tackle. White is stopped beyond the first down marker, as CPA saying that White fumbled that.
I don't know, Brandon.
You don't have a signal or anything.
I definitely think he was down before he lost that ball.
Yeah, and that's what the officials are signaling. They're saying first down, Lipscomb Academy, so CPA thought maybe they had one there, but J.C. White down before the ball popped out.
Definitely going to watch that ball security if you are J.C. White. Also, I mean, there's always going to be a player looking to get a good lick on the quarterback just because it's the quarterback. Nothing wrong with that, but as a quarterback, you got to watch out for that when you're running, especially when you're not running from end zone to end zone and you're running from sideline to sideline like he was there.
And White has 3 fumbles lost so far this season, so that is something that you know, especially in these wet conditions, he's going to be thinking about. He finds Cam Blivens at the right sideline. He's brought down at the 40-yard line out of bounds. A late flag thrown. That was one of the farthest throws I think we've seen tonight right there from that official.
I think he's getting him there on that extra little swing out of bounds.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. CPA, they knew when it happened. They were already moving back. So a free first down for the Mustangs that's going to push them right around midfield, potentially beyond it.
I'd like to give a shout out to this reffing crew. I mean, what a great job they've done tonight. They've kept this game inside the whistle to the next whistle and inside the plays and really kept it strict and nice. They're letting them play, but they're also calling what they need to.
And that's important in a game like this. Playoffs, rivalry, first time these two teams have met in 3 years. So you know both these sides going to be juiced up as J.C. White is going to pitch it over to Cam Blivens, and he has some room. Beautiful block from Jack Kleinite. 3 or 4 flags fly.
Blindside maybe?
Yeah, I think they're going to call it a blindside block. Here's another look at it.
I don't know. See what the call is.
I'm no Nostradamus, but I think we know what this call is going to more likely be. And I think the Mustangs do too. They've already moved back. And CPA moving forward. It was a hard block from Jack Kleinite, the tight end. That's what I think any tight ends coach, any receivers coach, any offensive line coach wants to see. And that is going to be called an illegal blindside block on the Mustangs. So that'll put them back at their own 41-yard line.
And I mean, that's just barely a blindside block. If that CPA player turns his shoulder out more sideline to sideline, it's a completely legal block, but obviously that one was not. Unfortunate for the Mustangs on a good gain there.
First down and 24 for Lipscomb Academy now. High snap at White corrals it. Looking.
Don't look to get all of it in one
Trying to
play.
flush out of the pocket. He's just going to throw this out of harm's way. Incomplete.
Not exactly what you want there. You're looking to get at least 8 yards on this second down. I wouldn't take a shot here. I mean, you are in good punting range if you want to think about that far in the future here. But, I mean, I'd look to get about 8 or 10 yards here at least.
And we have not seen the big shot play yet for Lipscomb Academy. Both of their scoring drives have been long, grinded out, sustained possessions that build up play after play. We've yet to see that long, break the top open shot from the Mustangs just yet tonight. White looking to throw. He's going to dump this off to Kleinite, who is met right at the point of the catch. He had no shot on that play. Tackle made by number 18, Harrison Hastings. Oh, and a little bit of pushing and shoving right there. You said they were kind of playing within the whistle. You're starting to see a little bit of that fire that you mentioned in pregame now.
It was a playoff game. That's an example of that play. I mean, JC, he's just got to scan all of his options he had. I believe it was Higginbotham over on the left side of the field. He's got a little bit more space than Kleinite over there. I mean, Obviously, maybe he thought he had the blockers, but here we go. Third and a long way to go.
Third and about half of Broadway.
Yeah.
Mustangs have to get it all the way to the 35-yard line in CPA territory to keep this drive going, barring a penalty, as he's going to dump this off to Cam Blivens. Blivens with some running room. Blivens with a block. Off the right sideline, a juke move for Blivens. He makes another escape. Cam Blivens past the 40 to the 35, and if I'm correct, Cam Blivens just moved the sticks. We'll see where they mark him officially.
It might be a tad short. Oh, my
There's
goodness.
a CPA player down on the field right now.
Nonetheless, looking at this replay.
Look at the moves from Cam Blivens, though.
Here we go. Let's see. You got to get to the 40. Yep. He got there. I think he did.
I think it's to the 35 where they have
35.
that marker.
So maybe he's
a yard short.
Yeah. I'd say even inches here. This CPA players getting care.
They spot him down officially at the 37-yard line. So fourth
Very
down and
short.
2 coming up, but there is a CPA player down and being tended to right now on the field.
And Blivens, he's one of those players. You just can't get him down. What do we think Jamie Graham's thinking about here? Is he going for it?
I think you got to, right? A little bit too close to punt it. You need 2 yards. You trust your offense to get it. As that was Harrison Hastings, who was the Lion down. He's getting helped off right now. Good to see Harrison Hastings. He has been nothing short of spectacular for CPA's defense tonight. He's been in on a few tackles. Looks like Jamie Graham, after a few minutes to think about it, is going to keep his offense out on the field. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They're 0 for 1 on fourth down conversions tonight. And as we wait for the signal to resume play.
Mustangs might hit it with a run up the middle here or something like that.
You see what they call. 4th and 2. They got to get to the 35-yard line. Nicholas in motion, moves to the left. White going to pitch this out to Higginbotham. Higginbotham, I don't think he got there. We'll see where they spot him, but he looks short. Mustangs are saying they got it. CPA saying they didn't. And from where they spotted it, he's going to be short.
Mustangs another call.
And there's the call. CPA gets the stop. Second time tonight, and a flag thrown. Hold on now. It was after the play, and it was over towards the CPA sideline. I wonder if maybe there was something that happened in the celebration over there. This has been an interesting quarter in a lot of ways.
It really has.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the line.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on CPA. And is that going to move the sticks for a first down? It was after the play was over, and there's a lot of standing around.
I'd say that's 15 yards behind the spot of the ball now.
That's what I would think.
First down for the Lions.
The Mustangs were saying first down, but you had to figure that was going to be just pushing the ball back since it was after the play. But
Mustangs, they really need to make a statement here. They haven't been too good on defense this half. Need something. They need something.
We've been thrown so many curveballs at rules tonight, I didn't want to speak for certain.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, ball going to be spotted at the 21-yard line. 1st and 25 coming up for CPA unless the sticks move, and now they will. A long walk for the chain gang over on that right sideline, and now they will get to their rightful spots, and we're good to go. First and 10.
Interesting that the first down marker moves with the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
One receiver wide out to each side. One comes in, that's Wright Martin. Dan Orman hands it off to the tailback Climb. He stopped it around the 29-yard line.
Number 24, Bradshaw Climb on the carry.
Mustangs still having trouble with that run up the middle. Only 3 yards on that one, but that's just a little bit too much for a first down. 4 yards.
Second down and 6 coming up. 2:29 to play in this third quarter.
There's Blivens.
CPA leads 21-14.
Player.
And watch out for Cam Blivens. He has 3 interceptions so far this season. He's the only player in the state with 50-plus receptions and 2+ interceptions.
Naaman also been kind of quiet in this game, besides that almost interception earlier.
Van Orman back to throw. Pump fakes, airing it out to the right side. Cannot connect. It was intended for Owen Cabell.
Yeah, Owen Cabell
Flag
again.
thrown, however, in the backfield. 2 flags.
Scary. Let's see what the call is. Holding or something of the like. Maybe roughing the passer. Do you think? Did you see anything back there?
No, I was looking over at that throw to Cabell, but CPA, they're going to make the long walk back as it looks like it's going to go against the Lions.
The Lions being plagued by penalties so far on this drive.
And it is a holding call against CPA.
Now they're where they started this drive, and the first down marker is not where they started this drive.
2nd and 16 on the 15-yard line.
Obviously, you're thinking pass here, and honestly think it's a 50-50. I mean, from what we've seen so far, this ball could go straight up the middle or something like that. Patterson has been hard to stop for the Mustangs, especially down the middle lane here.
He's in the backfield right now. They fake the handoff to him. Van Orman going to flush out to the left, and he has some running room as he's going to be hit over towards the 24-yard line. That is a nice tackle there made by number 28, Jackson Whaley.
Number 7, Jack Van Orman on the carry.
3rd and longish.
3rd and 7's the official marker.
Number 28, Jackson Whaley on the tackle.
You're the Mustangs. You got to get a good stop here.
On your feet, Mustang fans.
3rd downs have been a struggle for Lipscomb Academy tonight defensively. They've only gotten off the field 1 time. Can they make it a second here? CPA has to get to the 31 to keep the sticks moving.
3 out wide for the Lions.
Van Orman fakes the handoff, throws it to his right towards the middle. Could not find Cabell. CPA wants a flag, and they're going to get it. Eli Mast was on the coverage, and I think they're going to say he grabbed the jersey a little bit to keep with him.
I really think that could have gone either way.
Flag on the play.
I mean, it's a playoff game. I say let him play. The ref saw a little too much there, and he's going to throw that one, though.
And that's been the Achilles heel so far tonight for the Mustangs. Penalties at the worst possible time. It is a pass interference against Eli Mast. Automatic first down for CPA on what would have been a 3rd down stop and a punt.
And you really hate drives like this, especially when you're losing. You don't have possession of the ball. The penalties are causing more time to run off the clock. And, I mean, you're looking at it now, it's almost the end of the 3rd, and the Mustangs have done nothing with the ball.
Formation shift for CPA. Patterson in the backfield with Van Orman. Cabell in motion. They're going to hand it off to Patterson. Patterson breaks 1 tackle, and Patterson has space up the right side. Patterson is on the move. Preston Patterson stopped at the 20.
From a drive that started with a CPA unsportsmanlike conduct and then a holding, turns into a holding on the Mustangs, and now possession at the edge of the red zone for the Lions.
A 41-yard run for Preston Patterson, who's filling in for his twin brother, Rawls Patterson, typically the starting running back, out tonight with a collarbone injury. And he has stepped up for his brother and has done so in valiant fashion. He's down to 22 in CPA for their first multi-score lead of the night.
Stepping up, I mean, somebody's got to do it on this Mustang defense if they wish to get a stop here. Looking at Trip Naaman.
Low snap, but Van Orman saves it. Hand off the climb. He's met in the backfield. No chance.
That's a start.
That's going to be a loss of 1. The later this game goes, you kind of start to feel that tension get thicker and thicker. As we are in the last minute of the third quarter, 45 seconds to play. Round one of the TSSAA Division II AAA playoffs. The winner beats Ensworth next week on the road. First time these two longtime rivals have seen each other since 2022 in the Division II AA state title game. Mustangs won that one in blowout fashion. Looking for another victory tonight, but it's going to be much closer one way or the other. 20 seconds to play, 4 seconds to go on the play clock. CPA has to hurry. Down to 1 second, they do get it off. Dan Orman throwing, finds Cabell, escapes one tackle, trying to escape more. He's stopped at the 10, and the Lions looking at first and goal coming up with 8 seconds to go here in this third quarter.
Mustangs, I mean, like I said, they need one of these seniors, one of these juniors, one of them older guys step up. A nice Harris Fisher sack would do. Trip Naaman, interception. Obviously a Cam Blevins touch would be nice. Mustangs just need somebody to step up. I need a big play on defense to get that energy back. It's really drained out of the Mustangs.
They've got one more quarter of regulation football to make it happen. Fourth quarter on the other side, CPA leads Lipscomb Academy 21-14. Do not go away. We'll be right back in just a few moments. We're back here to start the fourth quarter. CPA knocking on the door of the end zone, up by 7. The Mustangs looking for a critical stop. You mentioned a couple of names there, Trip Naaman, Harris Fisher, some of those veteran leaders on this Lipscomb Academy defense looking to step up and make a play. Remember last week, we saw them do it right around this part of the field. A Caleb Grooms interception, down by 8. Klein gets the direct snap. It was a little low, but he keeps it. Klein on the move, bowls his way into the end zone. Touchdown, CPA. There was a flag thrown on the field over by the goal line.
Interesting. Let's see what the call is going to be here.
Flag on the play.
It looks like whatever it is, it's going to be against the Mustangs because neither side is halting their special teams units. CPA with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So that'll impact the kickoff. But nevertheless, 27-14 CPA, now the score. And Lipscomb Academy looking to find some momentum here. It looks like the officials are talking over with the Mustang sideline. And they were just confirming that they'll assess that on the kickoff, which they will. So CPA out to attempt the extra point. Camden Holiday, the senior. Number 12, Pierce Tassa out to hold it. And the extra point is good. 28-14 now your score. CPA up ahead.
Mustangs are going to get back in this one. They need some life-giving plays from some life-giving player.
And Gideon, I'll ask you the question. It feels like this game has been rather tight and back and forth throughout, but yet the Mustangs now find themselves in a bit of a hole as we bring you into the booth. For Brandon Bigsby, Gideon Carter with you on the call. What do you feel like has been the biggest difference in this game? Because the stats aren't that far off, the possessions haven't been that far off, but yet the Mustangs trying to find their way back from a 14-point deficit.
I mean, looking at it from a bird's eye view, and it's really this Mustangs defense has not been consistent on the line, and especially in that interior. Obviously, we've seen Kobe Collins make a lot of great plays and get a couple tackles for loss, but the consistency is lacking. And for every stop that they get on the line, there's a 10-yard run for the Lions, and that's something that they need to start working on and start plugging up if they want to finish this 12 minutes of the fourth quarter strong and come out with the W here.
Yeah, and I think I would add on to that the penalties, too, at critical points. A couple of third down penalties. We saw that drive was extended after a pass interference call on Eli Mast. So really just a mix of missed tackles, some untimely penalties have really hurt the Mustangs' cause, and you got to give CPA their due credit on the other side. They've taken advantage of some of those mistakes.
They definitely have, and like I said, I mean, one of these Mustangs players needs to pump the life back into this team.
Trip Naaman to return this from around the 11. He slipped, and he's going to be down. As whenever you're down on that ground at the high school level, that immediately kills the play. So unlucky break there. We talked about those weather conditions. The cleats of Trip Naaman betray him on that play, and he's going to be brought down at right around the 19-yard line. Didn't even have a chance to actually, excuse me, I meant to say the 13-yard line. So he didn't even have a chance to return that.
Yeah, when you're looking to return a ball, once you catch it, a lot of players will do this little jump where they go diagonal to the ground, and that's what he did there. And it's a lot of pressure to put on the skates of the cleats, and at that point it just was too much.
Huge possession here for the Mustangs offense. Let's see what they can do. Z Crockett in the backfield to the right of J.C. White. White going to throw it. Looking. Under some pressure. Escapes a man. That was Dickey. As White on the move. And it's just going to trot his way out of bounds. Just a bit past the line of scrimmage. And the longer this game goes on, the more that time ticks down, you kind of start to feel it, hitting a little bit more of that for whichever side loses this one. Their season reaches an end point. The nerves, the tension starts to thicken a little bit. You kind of feel it right now within our side.
I was going to say, you can feel it in the air. There's just this uneasiness around.
Z Crockett in motion, White to throw. White escapes Dickey. He's going to run out of bounds once again over to that right sideline. And you've seen J.C. White take off and run a few times, and obviously no need to panic. Still a lot of time left. 11:39 to play. They're just down 2 possessions, but the Mustangs, not a whole lot available to them right now in the pass game.
Yeah, they need to get the running game going. I mean, you're down by 2 possessions. 11 and a half minutes is a lot more time to get 2 scores. You don't need to worry about scoring fast. You just need to worry about getting positive yards efficiently.
White scrambles left, looking to throw, floats one out to Fowler. It's caught! Dante Fowler with the catch. He's down at the 38-yard line. A 21-yard reception for the senior wideout.
Look at that. I mean, he just runs the corner out perfectly, and then J.C. White, he's done this all night, just float it in and above the defenders and get it right, drop it into the bucket and get a good ball. It looks like Dante Fowler is down on the sideline.
Yeah, you noticed on the replay, he crashed into the Gatorade cooler, and also a CPA defender went with him. So Dante Fowler down over on the sideline. And he's a big play threat for this Mustangs offense, so that would be a loss to note. They're still checking up on him down there, but nevertheless.
Play clock still running.
1st and 10. Ball on the 38-yard line of Lipscomb Academy. J.C. White looking, scans the field, throws middle, nearly picked off as it was tipped.
Good idea there by J.C. White. Just a little off target, and even worse, tipped by Jackson Spencer there. Almost intercepted, but fortunately for the Mustangs, it falls to the ground.
So 2nd and 10, clock stops with 11:26 to go in this fourth quarter. J.C. White, he's had a lot of tipped passes that he has seen, unfortunately, fall into the hands of defenders over the last few weeks. Briarcrest comes to mind especially. 2nd and 10. CPA showing blitz and back out as a flag going to be thrown that blows the play dead.
Flag on the play.
By the way, we mentioned Dante Fowler. He did get up. He's walking over towards the medical tent right now, but good to see him get up on his own power. As a false start called against the Mustangs. So now knock him back 5 yards. 2nd and 15 now from the 33.
Certainly hope to see him get back on the field as soon as possible. He's a great weapon for this team, as we saw on that play just a couple seconds ago.
And he's a big play threat, one of the best big play threats I think you could argue in Middle Tennessee. Averages 24.5 yards per catch. As White going to hand this off to Z Crockett. Crockett with a little bit of running room. Gets it to about the 40-yard line past the original line of scrimmage.
Think of about a 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8 situation here. You can see on the replays, Z Crockett, I mean, he's just a running back who just keeps on churning those legs. When you think you've got him, he's going to get maybe 5 to 6 extra yards if you don't have at least 2 to 3 people trying to bring him down.
It was a gain of 7 on the run. And as the Mustangs looking over towards the sideline, clock is ticking.
Again, 11 minutes here. Don't necessarily have to go quick. Be consistent.
7 seconds to go on the play clock. 3rd down and 8. Ball on the 40. White looks, has time, fires middle of the field, could not find his intended target. That was number 16, Aaron Younger, the sophomore. And now you wonder maybe if there's a decision to be made for Jamie Graham potentially. His offense has not gone off the field just yet. And it looks like there's going to be a timeout called. Jamie Graham wants some time to talk things over.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice by him. Though he might need those later in the game, how this one might be shaping out. But, I mean, this is a big play. And if you were to punt this one away, I mean, do you trust your defense to get another stop? He says, no, we're going to go for it.
Yeah, there's two sides to this coin too, right? Obviously, you go for it, you're down by 14, but if you don't get it, you're giving CPA the ball in your own side of the field with a chance to potentially really put this one away, going up 3 scores in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, this is a big play. There's a lot relying on this. Obviously, you're going to get the ball back no matter what you decide to do. The Mustangs are going to go for this.
Jamie Graham, we've called him a riverboat gambler in the past. He's staying true to form in a big spot here. 4th and 8, and he's trusting his offense on their own side of the field. Mustangs have to get to the 48-yard line to keep this drive alive. J.C. White fakes the handoff, scrambles left, looking, stops, now reverses field. He's still on the move. He is in trouble, and he's sacked. Preston Patterson. The standout of the night, Preston Patterson. He has 2 rushing scores, and he gets the first sack of the night. Turnover on downs for the first time tonight. And CPA now in the catbird seat. They're going to get the ball on the 23-yard line just outside of the red zone. That was a huge gamble, and it does not pay off for Lipscomb Academy.
Yeah, and if you're J.C. White there, I mean, you have that option out there in between the hash and the numbers. You don't take it, and then you just keep on backpedaling, and nothing arises, and there's nothing you can do. Completely unfortunate situation for this team.
Yeah, and I think that's one that the coaching staff is going to say, you got to get that ball out, right? You cannot take a sack in that situation, as it's going to be a handoff. Very short gain as Bradshaw climb on the run, gets maybe 1. Kobe Collins, another tackle on the run right there as well. He has been one of the Mustangs' best defenders tonight, but we talked about that tension, that uneasiness. It is ramped up now here on this Mustang sideline. While CPA, they smell blood. 9:59 to play, up by 14.
Mustangs desperately need a stop.
Maybe even a turnover. Climb in the backfield behind Van Orman. 1 wide receiver out to each side as the tight end Wright Martin going to join the line of scrimmage. Another handoff to Climb. Gets maybe a couple.
Big third down here. Big third down.
Jackson Whaley on the tackle, and this has been the spot where the Mustangs have struggled. Third down. If there were ever a time for them to make a play, it would be now.
Mustangs cannot go down by 3 possessions here. Obviously, the field goal is a possibility, but cannot allow this first down to happen.
Climb in the backfield behind Van Orman. They're going to hand it off to him. Makes one defender miss, and he's up the right side. Bradshaw Climb on the move, and he's just short of the goal line, pushed down at around the 3 by Christian Blivens, but the work for Bradshaw Climb was to get the first down, and he did it well.
That puts the Mustangs in a super tough situation here on the goal line. The line has been very shaky this whole game. Obviously, they've had their moments, but obviously, as we just saw, I mean, when they cut to the outside, there's nothing you can do. Let's see how the Mustangs combat this.
Clock getting towards the 8-minute mark. 8:12 to play. Ball spotted down on the 3. First and goal coming up. Climb in the backfield behind Van Orman. The CPA, as they have done many times tonight, reversing their formation
here.
Going to be a handoff to Klein. He's met at the line of scrimmage, trying to push his way forward. You see the Mustangs trying to jar that ball out, but nothing doing.
Good job by the Mustangs on that play. At this point, you just can't let them go into the end zone. Anywhere in that green, if you tackle them, you're okay. Get it into this purple area, that's trouble zone.
Something to note, CPA, they have fumbled the ball 8 times this season, losing 5 of them. Last week against McCauley, they fumbled twice, losing 1. So ball security has been a bit of a bugaboo for them at times this season, and I'm sure the Mustangs, knowing the scouting report, are going to try to do what they can to punch that ball out.
Big Patterson is in there at back.
Him and Climb, as Climb takes a direct snap, it was low. He's looking for space, does not have it. He's pushing his way forward, but is swallowed up. Harris, Fisher,
job.
Caleb Grooms were there.
Fisher, somebody who's been a little bit quiet in this game, gets a nice tackle there. We'd like to see more of that. He's right here in number 9.
And the one who circled has been good as well, Kobe Collins.
Yes.
He's been all over the field tonight. That's exactly who you want down the middle here. 3rd and goal, 3 yards to the end zone. A CPA, they're content letting this clock tick down as much as possible. 6:27 to play, 15 seconds to go on the play clock. Big 3rd down. Mustangs looking for the stop. CPA looking for the potential kill shot. Climb going to take the snap once again. He gets it. Climb looking for space. Does he get there? Does he get there? Does he get there? Waiting for the signal. CPA said they got it. Nothing yet. Looks like the Mustangs got the stop. Officials are going to mark him short.
Just by a hair short. That one was close.
And a timeout going to be called.
Lions likely going to take the field goal here. I don't see why they wouldn't.
The Mustangs call a timeout.
It is tempting, though.
That's their second.
You might think they take the chance to seal the game maybe and push it into the end zone, go up by a full 3 touchdowns.
I mean, if you're CPA, I mean, why not go for it, right? I mean, you got a big back there and Climb. You also have Patterson. If you don't get it, then at worst case scenario, Lipscomb Academy has to start out pretty much on their own goal line and move the ball 99 yards down the field. I mean, I'll ask for your opinion on that, Gideon, but I mean, if you're Ingle Martin, the head coach of CPA on the other side, I think you trust your guys to try to get you a few inches.
Yeah. But I mean, you never know what can happen when the ball is live and in the play of field. I'm taking the field goal here all day. So we'll see what angle Martin decides here.
Well, they're coming out onto the field now, and from the players that I'm seeing out there, looks like they're going to go for this.
And he wants the game here. But if they don't get this, it's still a 2-possession game.
A bit of a switch of the formation once again. It's going to be Klein taking the snap. Patterson is right next to him to his right. Oh, there's a flag thrown. There was 11 seconds to go on the play clock, so it's not a delay of game.
This could be big.
Potential false start or an encroachment. Encroachment against the Mustangs. And every inch matters. That basically puts the ball right on the goal line.
Yeah, if it wasn't already, it is now.
It is literally on the goal line. You see where it's spotted right there. It is on the goal line itself.
Yep.
Here we go. 4th down and about a centimeter of the football. 19 seconds on the play clock. Klein gets it in a wide open hole. Touchdown Lions. CPA converts on the 4th and goal. And the Mustangs in a world of trouble now, down 3 scores with 5:49 to play.
That one's certainly crushing. 5:47 left on the clock.
Camden Holiday set to kick the extra point for CPA. And he puts it through. New score, CPA 35, Lipscomb Academy 14. Gideon, we've seen some comebacks from Lipscomb Academy in the past. No better time to dip into that magic than right now with your season on the line.
Yeah, this is where you give it your all. You leave nothing behind, especially if you're a guy like Trip Naaman, if you're a guy like J.C. White, if you're a guy like Dante Fowler, if he's back out there. I mean, this is where you give your all.
So the Mustangs set to take the kickoff here. Trip Naaman, Aaron Younger, the two that have been back there all night, set to return this one. Oh, it's once again Camden Holiday, the senior place kicker, set to boot this one away.
Number 16, Aaron Younger, and number 19, Trip Naaman, back to the seat for the Mustangs.
And you just kind of go back throughout this game. You feel like just the overall difference between these two teams hasn't been much. It's just been critical plays at critical points. Penalties, 2 missed 4th down conversions, a lack of 3rd down stops for the Mustangs. CPA, they have converted on all of it as Holiday kicks this one off, and Trip Naaman not even going to try at it. So J.C. White in the offense will start out on the 20-yard line, and you feel like it's got to be a quick score here for Lipscomb Academy to keep themselves in this one.
Yeah. You need something fast, you need something swift, and you need something now.
Thank you all for tuning in with us tonight. Late kickoff. We start at 8:30 Central Time. It's 10:37 right now. Brandon Bigsby, Gideon Carter with you on the call with LA Mustangs broadcasting. Mustangs of Lipscomb Academy trying to light the fuse on what will be a ferocious comeback. We'll see if they can make it happen. See Crockett in the backfield of J.C. White. Dante Fowler is back out there, by the way.
Deep
as he's going to air this out towards Cam Blivens. It is caught, and Blivens is still on his feet. He's wrapped up at the 31.
That's what they needed. Blivens, I mean, come on, over his man. What more do you want? Look at
Mustangs operating quickly, 5:35 to play. White looking deep. Takes off to his right. He's going to dump this off to Z Crockett. Crockett going to scamper his way out of bounds at around the 22-yard line.
And intelligently so. You need to get that clock stopped. Every second matters. I realize there's 5:25 left, and it seems like a good bit. But it really isn't when you're 3 scores behind Mustangs team really needs to score quick here. Needs to score in the next 25 seconds. Should be your target.
Going back to that Blivens play, that's the first time we've really seen the Mustangs stretch the field at all tonight.
It really is. They've definitely gone for the shorter plays, both running and passing.
White on the move. Gets past one defender, has some space up the right sideline, and gets out of bounds towards the 15-yard line. That's enough for the first down. And Lipscomb Academy now in the red zone, operating quickly. This is the exact drive they needed to have. Now can they cap it off with a score?
Yeah, just continue with this positive yardage. It's all you need right now, and getting out of bounds right after is a perfect recipe for success in this situation.
5:17 to play. Two wiles to the left side, a double wide receiver look with both Cam Blivens and Jackson Spencer. Spencer in motion, White looking to throw. White in trouble, gets away from one, still looking downfield, just going to float that out of bounds. Clock stops at 5:08, second down now coming up.
Pass is incomplete.
God, he's just using his legs there. Good job by him. There's nothing available downfield. Just throw it out.
Second and 10 from the 15 as Lipscomb Academy looking towards the sideline for a play call. It's like a substitution. Jack Kleinheit, the tight end, going to check out. The receiver, Tristan Silva, freshman, checking in. Two halfback look with Robert Nicholas, number 2, and Z Crockett, number 32, to the left and right of J.C. White. Cam Blivens in the slot, top of your screen, number 7. White to throw, looking left, finds a man, that's Silva, but he could not hold on to it. Right through his arms. Third down coming up. And you can see Silva, the body language, he's pretty upset with himself.
He needs to get something. One of these Mustangs needs to get something here. Got 10 yards to go, but obviously this is a 4-down game at this point.
Third and 10. Mustangs need to get it to around the 5.5 to get a first down. White to throw. Looking, steps up in the pocket, has some room to run. He's going to, trying to get out of bounds. Gets a couple of extra yards towards the end. Out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. So fourth down coming up, but they'll spot him down at around the 11. So fourth down and 6. And this right here feels like the game and the season on the line for the Mustangs. They have got to convert on this fourth down play.
J.C. White's got to come up with something here if he wants this to be not the last play of his football career here at Lipscomb Academy. So it looks like a timeout will be called on one side.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be a timeout called by Lipscomb Academy. That's the final timeout for Jamie Graham. 4:54 to play. Mustangs, a deep deficit as we bring you into the booth with us. Brandon Bigsby, Gideon Carter with you on the call. Gideon, let's say you're on that sideline. You got a broadcast headset on. Let's swap it out for a coaching headset for a minute. What are you potentially looking to call? What player are you potentially looking for on this play?
I mean, where the ball is spotted now, obviously you see it. It's over on the right hash. You're calling something to the field, something over to the left side where all that space is. It's going to be your biggest path for success. Or maybe you look over the middle, get a little quick slant in. You don't really want J.C. White running this. I mean, obviously he's got the legs, but I think that's going to be very expected from this Lions team, and they're going to have a spy on him. However, I do think you just need to get somebody out there in the field. Just give him a chance.
Spencer in motion. Let's see what the Mustangs have drawn up. They fake the handoff. White looking, throwing it towards the end zone for Blivens. He was not able to hold on to it. Incomplete. And a fourth turnover on downs tonight for the Mustangs. As that ball, a lot of air, just a little bit far off, and Blivens not able to get it in the back left corner of the end zone. Let's get another look at the replay here. And Blivens, he wasn't going to be able to get his feet in bounds regardless. So an incomplete pass. And CPA will take over on their own 11-yard line. And you hear the silence, the finality of things kind of starting to set in a little bit for the Mustangs. Could they somehow get a stop here defensively? If you can force a turnover, you've got some life. We mentioned the stat earlier. CPA has fumbled 8 times this season. You got to feel like that's what the Mustangs will be hunting for. It's a great job in the backfield. Wrapping up climb. Trip Naiman was there. Kobe Collins was there once again as well. They've been probably the 2 most active Mustangs defensively tonight.
Good stuff. You just would have liked to seen it a little bit earlier in this one.
That was actually Miller Walden on the carry.
We ask that you please move your car so our buses can park there after the game.
That is important. 4:12 to play here in this fourth quarter. 2nd and 12. Ball spotted on the 9-yard line. CPA milking every second of this clock that they can. Lipscomb Academy, they are fiending for a turnover. Can they get it? Van Orman hands it off to the tailback once again, and Miller Walden gets a respectable gain. Brought down at the 15 by Eli Mast. 3rd down coming up.
Lipscomb no timeouts here, so they can't stop the clock.
.330 left. You see CPA, they're taking their sweet time over there, and rightfully so. 3rd and 6. Mustangs needing a stop or needing a turnover. Van Orman once again going to hand this off, and on the run, there goes number 20, Bryson Mathis, up the left sideline, being chased down by Blivens of the jersey. There was a flag thrown over at the 22-yard line. That might have been a lot of running for no reason, depending on this call. We'll see who it's against. And it is going to go against CPA from the looks of it, as I see the Mustangs coaches over on their sideline telling their guys to get back. Yeah, that is going to go against the Lions. So it's huge run from Bryson Mathis, the sophomore tailback. Going to be taken off the board.
So where the ball is placed here.
And the CPA is moving back. It is holding. 10-yard penalty, so it'll be 3rd and 16 now. As it was 3rd and 6 on that play, but actually going to be 3rd and 8. So 3rd and 8 from the 13. My apologies there. As the clock now starts to wind once again. 2:45 left in this fourth quarter.
Mustangs a chance to get the ball back here.
We've seen some crazy things happen. Mustangs looking to make another, as another flag going to be thrown right after the snap.
Flag on the play.
We'll see who this one is on. It's a delay of game on CPA.
It's almost like they want to stay on the field at this point.
So that's going to push them back even further. Third and 13 from the 8. Clock stopped at 2:32. Going to be another handoff here. This time it's to Miller Walden, the junior. Short gain. 4th down now coming up.
Looks like
Number 41, Miller Walden on the carry.
Naaman laboring to get up there.
Tackle made by number 35.
You hate to see that. We talked about Naaman leading this team in tackles this season. It's a 4th down for CPA, and it looks like play clock took a little bit to start there. It was stuck on 30 seconds for a minute. Their offense is kind of hanging around the field, and I doubt they would go for this. More than likely just kind of standing out there until they can call a timeout and punt it. But play clock down to 12 seconds. And it looks like that is exactly what CPA plans to do, down to 5. And Ingle Martin calls a timeout right before that play clock hits 0. 1:36 to play. Mustangs down by 35. And Gideon, I know you're a senior. You kind of look around a little bit. You just kind of see some of the faces. And this is the Mustangs team that has been a lot better than what the record would indicate at 3-7. They've had a lot of close wins to Ravenwood to the brink, who was undefeated, to Wood Academy to the brink last week, who was undefeated as well. There's a tough schedule. A few plays here and a few plays there has been the difference. I think even despite the score tonight, that's kind of indicative of this game of their season, a lot closer than what it might look.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this team is, like you said, I mean, not defined by their record, and I don't think they should be either. They're just a team with a great spirit, a great heart, and with a lot of guys that know how to play good football.
It's Cam Blivens, he sits it around midfield, ready to return the punt. It's like back to punt this one away is going to be the quarterback / punter, Jack Van Orman. Van Orman, he actually spent his first 2 years on this team as a punter rather than a starting quarterback. His brother J.R. Osborne was a punter for this team when he was a kid. Was on the 2014 state title team, as Van Orman actually is going to take this and run to the back of the end zone and will take the safety.
Interesting.
I guess they just didn't want to give Cam Blivens the opportunity to return it or the field position. So it's a safety for the Mustangs. That'll trim the score from, let's trim it to 19 rather than 21. Doesn't change too much in terms of the possession game, but kind of interesting that CPA would decide to do that. I guess they didn't want to give Cam Blivens, they know is a electric athlete back there, an opportunity to maybe house one, but
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you're still punting it because it's a safety. I mean,
yeah,
you wasted 8 seconds there. So, I mean, you're not doing a lot there. It's very interesting. Very interesting. In my opinion, it's a little unnecessary. I mean, we'll see how it affects the game.
So CPA will kick this one off. And props to Jamie Graham. He's got Cam Blivens back there with Trip Naiman to potentially return this. If they kick this over to Trip Naiman, I'm convinced they did not want Cam Blivens seeing that ball.
Yeah, definitely.
Which you can't blame them for that. You can't blame them.
Graham putting all his seniors out there.
Yeah, you see a lot of the guys out there, a lot of seniors, a couple of juniors and sophomores as well, but mainly seniors out there right now. Is CPA set to do the old safety punt. It's punted well high as it is going to be chased down by Will Hudson Thompson as a late hit going to draw a flag as he was brought down by number 41, Miller Walden, the tailback. And that is a late hit. It's going to push the Mustangs up even further. So we'll see what the call is officially. And yeah, it is going to go against CPA. Personal foul. Do want to give a bit of a shout out to the Lipscomb Academy student section. No one has really left over there. They've all stayed in for this whole thing. Obviously a rivalry. It's been a tough second half for this Mustangs team, but they've stuck it through the whole way through in what has already gotten to be a late night, approaching 11 o'clock.
It is. It is.
1st and 10, ball spotted at the 31. J.C. White fakes the handoff to Crockett. Looking, gonna uncork one in the direction of Jackson Spencer, who catches it. Spencer still on his feet, and Jackson Spencer in the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. Oh, how did he do it?
And that's a preview of what we're going to see in the next couple of years in this program. Jackson Spencer, a good young receiver on this team. And, what a catch.
Jackson Spencer, his 4th receiving touchdown of the season. We talked about him earlier being someone that has really emerged late in the year for this Mustangs offense. He makes a play there, so the lead cut down to 13 now. As Lipscomb Academy going to go for 2.
Trying to shrink the lead to 11 here.
Cam Blivens in motion. Same with Jack Kleinheit, who's over at that line. Now Spencer in motion. White rolls right, looking left. Floats one deep, looking for Harris Fisher, and he caught it!
Harris Fisher. Welcome to the offense.
The junior linebacker, Harris Fisher, on the catch. And the 2-point conversion is good. The lead's cut down to 11. And hold up now. Don't turn off that game yet. The Mustangs, a little bit of life.
A little bit of life. Definitely going to have to try an onside kick here. Remember, they have no timeouts. They have no way to stop the clock other than getting out of bounds or spiking the ball. Very situational here.
And they've recovered multiple this season. Remember, the Mustangs recovered an onside kick last week. It was Eli Mast who was able to get on that ball. And again, Lipscomb Academy only down 11, 1:16 to play. Like you mentioned, you're going to have to get the onside kick because they don't have any timeouts remaining. But if you do get it, all of a sudden, the impossible from improbable to just outright possible, right?
Yeah, right.
So Bennett Johnson, the senior kicker, who he thought he might have had an onside kick earlier potentially to start the second half, was waved off due to an illegal kick despite the Mustangs recovering it.
Let it be known that if CPA gets this ball, the game will be over, as the Mustangs have no timeouts and they'll be able to run this thing out. See what happens.
No element of surprise here either. CPA, they're going to know what's coming. Johnson boots it, and it is recovered by Preston Patterson, and Patterson's on the move up the sideline, and that's good sportsmanship there from Preston Patterson. He could have taken that to the end zone for a touchdown and does the old baseball slide, not looking to run up the score. That's good sportsmanship right there. You got to respect that a lot.
Props to him. Props to him.
So he's down at the 20-yard line, and CPA with 71 seconds left to go, more than likely just going to kneel this thing down twice and get ready for Ensworth next week. That is who they will play, Tim Hasselbeck's squad. This isn't the only AAA game that's gone final, as Knox Catholic just knocked off Christian Brothers 21-18 in Memphis. McCauley defeated Father Ryan earlier tonight, 59-14 in Chattanooga. We saw NBA moved on, a blowout win over Memphis University School. And now it will be CPA punching their ticket into the second round.
A lot of talk before this ball is...
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised at that. The officials, you can see them over at the top left part of your screen here. They're conferencing over about something, but...
Interesting.
I'm not sure exactly what for. I mean, maybe it seemed pretty
how much
pretty
time
black
left
and white.
on the clock or something like that. There we go.
And now they'll let things get underway. I mean, it's pretty clear cut.
Maybe they're just...
Patterson gave himself up at the 21, and CPA in victory formation. It's Van Orman going to take a knee, and he'll do it one more time. So for the Mustangs, their season, unfortunately, going to come to an end in round one of the playoffs. 3 wins this season. We talked about it earlier, Gideon. This is a team that I think a lot better than what the final record is going to more than likely show. You look at the schedule that they faced. Again, a lot of really tough losses. Lost close to Brentwood Academy. Lost close to Ravenwood, as we mentioned. But this is a team that, as we've talked about throughout the season, very young. 63% of this roster underclassmen. Got playoff experience in a big game. Have grown throughout the year. And you got to feel good about what the future could look like for Jamie Graham and this Lipscomb Academy program, even despite the loss tonight.
Yeah, this is a team that in a couple of years is definitely going to be one of the better teams in the state, maybe the best. But as for now, I mean, just a young team developing.
A young team developing that will surely take a leap next year as the clock hits and nears triple zeros. And the final horn sounds. CPA moves on to the quarterfinals, 35-24 your final over the Lipscomb Academy Mustangs. We'll bring you into the booth one more time. Brandon Bigsby, Gideon Cutter on the call with you tonight. Gideon, it was an interesting night. That first half, things were back and forth, punch after punch. We were tied at halftime. And then just a couple of plays here, a couple of penalties. CPA able to capitalize on a few mistakes from the Mustangs. We're able to get out ahead. We still saw some fight for the Mustangs at the end, but just too big of a gap to claw their way back into a winning position.
Yeah, it was a great battle for a lot of this game. Obviously, as I mentioned in the first half, I mean, it was going to be about consistency. Who was going to be on top of the ball and stay with it and come out with the game in the second half, excuse me. And that just happened to not be the Mustangs in this situation. And that's okay. Like I said, young team performed beautifully this season for how old they were, what tools they had, and the new system they were working in and everything like that. And this team's going to be good, like I said, in the next couple of years.
You see a nice homage there to the senior class of 2026, as well as this Mustangs team in general over the PA. You heard some claps, a couple of cowbells there as well, giving them one final nod for 4 years of service to this team and a full year of service. These guys, they work hard. They start in the early spring with training and getting ready for these moments right here. It's tough to see your season come to an end for some of these guys. Their football careers coming to an end, but Jamie Graham, he talks about this all the time, right? He is not just coaching these guys for football. He's coaching them for life. And
right.
This is going to go well beyond what they do on the football field. Despite the record, despite the result, the Mustangs, a lot to be proud of this season.
Yeah, he always talks about, I mean, football, no matter how far you go in football, professional, college, or even just in high school, it's going to come to an end. There's always going to be something after football. So it's all about preparing you for life and being a better person, being a better Christian, being a better man, how to serve your community, how to serve your family, how to be a better friend, just manhood in general and everything about that, and having the understanding that this isn't forever and there's always going to be something after that, and preparing for that.
It's what sports is all about, right? Preparing for that next step, growing young men, young women into men and women as they get out into the real world after school. Once again, your final score tonight, CPA 35, Lipscomb Academy 24. Congratulations to CPA. They move on to the quarterfinals. The Mustang season comes to an end in round number 1. A big thank you to everyone at home listening and watching us here tonight. If you want to follow us, make sure to follow us at LA Mustangs Broadcasting on Instagram. We're not done here, folks. The football season may be over. Gideon, my friend, it was great getting to call these games with you and Matthew all season long. We're not done yet, though. We've got some things coming up. So big thank you to everybody for listening. Big thank you to everyone at the LA Mustangs Broadcasting Program. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you on the other side. Have a blessed weekend, everybody.